Let's keep going, Smithy.
We're just having a little bit of trouble with the box here with our connections and everything being wired up. So I'm going to hand you over to Grubby now. He's going to hand over a couple of interviews.
Well, I think we are. I'll tell you what, we're very, very, very lucky today because we had a couple of battlers in last week. But I tell you what, we've got a couple of really good blokes who know what's going on out here at Winchelsea today. So welcome everybody, all the viewers and all the listeners, because today we have Dogsy and Norm coming in to talk a little bit about the mighty Winchelsea, seeing as though it's a momentous occasion on their 150 years of football. And I believe you might be a bit young. You might be just about there, Norm, back in 1897.
Maybe half the time.
They started off, am I right by saying they started off in the Polwarth League?
No. The Polwarth League started back in the 1920s.
Right.
Actually, it was the Polwarth Football Association.
Yep.
Polwarth League actually started in 1950.
Okay. So where did Winch play when their club was formed in what, 1897? Where did they play then?
Well, they played... Inverleigh was their first match.
Right.
And then they just played around, though I don't know what they were called back then, but Winchelsea District or whatever. But Polwarth Football Association, I said, started in 1920s and was renamed the Polwarth Football League in 1950.
Okay, so Polwarth, someone told me, and I don't know if this is right, and correct me if I'm wrong, they did play some years in the Ballerine.
No, Polwarth didn't. Polwarth disbanded in 1970.
Yeah, but Winch
went to Ballerine.
Yeah, okay.
Played the Ballerine, then went to the Colacan District.
District, and then here. So you've moved around a little bit.
Yes, over the last few years, yeah.
And most of the games here, I mean, obviously earlier it wouldn't have been here, but
across the river at that old. But no, most of the games were here because this was an RSL sports ground, and they played their footy matches there.
Okay. Oh, right. Now, 19 premierships, would that be right?
Oh,
yes,
I've lost count.
That's correct.
I think it's, probably 1896 or something was their first one. But the last one, we want to talk about the last one. That was probably, 1987 with Alan Woodman?
Yes.
That's a long time ago.
Yes. It is, yes.
So, I think he won 2 best and fairest too, Woody, didn't he?
Yes.
Well, he was a great, great man, great player. We'll go back to a little bit of that in a minute.
Yep.
But 2000, so we can sort of go to you, Dogsy. 2002, I think you came in.
That's correct.
Now, we haven't won a flag yet. Now, I know at one year we'll call it Winchelsea.
Winchelsea, yes.
Because he got his into the finals.
Yep.
So, all of a sudden, you're now sitting third on the ladder, win today second. Is this the year? Can this be the year?
Oh, it certainly can be. The competition's very even. As you know, Grub, it's very even. So anyone can win it from right now down to 7th or 8th, or a very strong competition. So you just never know. But, yeah, we've lacked a bit of success on the field. Made the finals a couple of years in that 13 and 14 and finished 6th a fair few times in there. Been around a mark, just missed a game here or two. Probably lacked a little bit of depth in those years. But we've been around a mark at finals time many times. But, yeah, I only made the finals twice, so hopefully we can change that this year and get back in.
A lot will have to do with today.
Yes.
And especially next week.
Yep.
So if you can go to Werribee and beat Werribee at Werribee, you can win a final.
Yep.
You can play finals.
Right.
Will that be the mentality going around with Maloney at the moment?
100% there. Yeah. All the focus will be today. Beating Bannockburn last week was a huge result.
Yeah.
And we've got to continue beating teams above us, and today's a great challenge against North. Looking at the team, we've got a pretty strong team in today, so looking pretty confident.
Yeah, and they haven't.
Yeah, so pretty confident that hopefully we get the 4 points and then move on to Werribee, which is we've had a great little rivalry so far away, but our rivalry with Werribee's been there for many years, and I know they hate coming to us. They hate travelling to us, and our guys don't really like travelling down to Werribee. So,
well, I did it today in 58 minutes. So I don't know what they're whinging about.
Yeah, that's right.
It's still
highway's nice. Yeah, highway's nice drive now.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but the first game of the year here was only 3 or 4 goals in it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got here at quarter time, and I think it was 7 goals a zip. Yeah. 7 goals, and I believe what I watched of the game, the next 3 quarters, Winter on top.
Yeah,
got within 3 goals. So they could definitely take it up to.
Yeah, my word. I'm going to go back again. The grandstand. I must admit, I did a bit of Googling. Right, or when my daughter got me onto Google. It was designed by Walter Burley Griffin. Is that right? Is that the Canberra one?
It would be the same one, yes.
Gee, he got around old Walt, didn't he? But I mean, I think it was an actual war memorial, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
And the War Memorial's still downstairs. If you went behind the grandstand, the RSL's still based in that grandstand at the moment. So they got all their heritage. It's all in the grandstand. If you went, what goes out back on the road, there's an entrance in there. We have an Anzac Day service there every year. And then all the war stuff is all in that room there. So it's still used today.
Yeah, and I tell you, with these trees, it's probably the most picturesque ground we play at.
Yeah,
wouldn't you reckon? Like it has to be. It's
beautiful. Very biased. I think it's the best ground.
Most sheltered.
Yeah, well, I'm unbiased, and I just just the trees. It's just a beautiful atmosphere.
It is.
All right, well, we'll go to maybe you first, Norm, and we'll go a couple of players. Steve Wainwright.
Yes.
Was any good?
Yes, he was a great little player.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'll mention a few things about Stevie. I'm sitting next to Stevie up there now. He came out when I first come to the club. He was under 18s and was playing senior footy. His first year at under 18s, won a club best and fairest. Played on the wing, ran up and down the wing. He was a sensational player. Went on to play. Went to South Barwon to play GFL footy.
Yeah.
And then decided to go to Coolangatta, won a premiership there, and then travelled over to WA for work. I would have loved to have seen Stevie come back here and play footy, but he played flags for fun over in WA. But he was a sensational player, ran up and down that wing,
Right.
and a beautiful user of footy. So
Well, I'll tell you what, Norm. I got a name here. So this bloke come butting again like a big butting ski.
I'm not Stevie.
That's all right.
So I'm happy to talk about
David
Stevie.
Perrier.
One of the best players I ever saw.
I got it down here. 7-time best and fairest.
In 8 years.
Through the 50s and 60s, late 50s, early 60s.
Yes.
He must have been an absolute unbelievable player. I got a couple. I've got three. David Stevenson and Doug Stevens.
Yes. They were both exceptional players too. David was originally in the 50s, early 60s. We always had a ex-coach from, say, Geelong Football Club.
Yep.
And David Stevenson was our first local coach.
Okay.
And he coached us to a couple of premierships, the last couple in the Polwarth.
Okay.
Dougie Stevenson did represent, he played with Geelong. I think he played 4 matches with Geelong. And he was a very talented player.
Okay. And there's another bloke that I've got down at 59 games at Geelong, a bloke named John Haygarth.
Yes, John Haygarth played on the wing at Geelong, and he coached us in somewhere around the 1967 mark.
Yeah. And won the flag.
I can't remember.
Well, let me tell you, he won the flag.
Yeah.
And they were undefeated.
Oh, right.
So they were premiers and champions.
Yeah, that was back in my era too.
Yeah. So we'll give you another shot at it.
No worries, Greg.
Right? So no buddy, Norm, right? Leaky.
Andrew.
One of my favourites, Leaky.
Yes. Your favourite, always. Well, first one picked it on Saturday, and he would still run around today if he got a chance.
Oh, I know he would.
He played a game for Inverleigh the other week in the third. So he's always talking. Okay? You never ever shut him up on the field talking, and even when he got out to train, even in the last couple of years, he'd jump in training, and I know Beamer would go, he's our latest guy on the track, and that's the way he was, and always bottom of the pack. And I know in his early years, probably a little bit lighter, but he was up and down the wing, running around. So, he's a great bloke.
Great,
very. Yeah, he's here today. I'm on his table.
It's a wonder he hasn't come over. Don't send him over, will you? One of my all-time favourites, Tavau Sawney.
Yeah, Tab. Yep. Hopefully he's down today. He's been playing. He's moved to Queensland.
Ah, right.
He's been playing in Queensland at the moment, but he's meant to be coming down today. So again, someone that's come through the juniors. I've watched from under 12s all the way through. Beautiful use of the footy. Running all day and can kick the footy. And such a wonderful person too. So
he's a ripper. He's a ripper. We've mentioned Menchie. There was a bloke. I don't know if he's a good player or not, but this bloke I remember playing when you first come in down at Werribee. Day.
Matty Day.
Yeah.
Yes, old hitman. He hunts back
I
pop.
think he had greyish hair. when he was
Yeah,
playing.
probably still got grey hair now, but
Yeah.
they yeah, he was very hard at it. Playing
Okay.
the back line.
I
He was,
remember him playing.
yes,
Yeah.
he would give it a old snipe behind the play.
Yeah.
Bit of a dirty
But
player, Matty, but it was a ripping fella.
was no
Yeah.
Google in that. That was just
No,
out
no,
the memory.
and the games didn't get video back then, so touch wood, he got away with a few suspensions back then.
Well, the players in Gubbo and Lee Ellis have been good for you. But the one I remember, I reckon he was the best centre half back I've ever seen in the GDFL. Was the big fella Van der Kloot.
Van der Kloot, yes.
How good was he?
Oh, he just read the play. He was amazing. Like just outmark anybody. Could read the play, kick the ball, and he could play many positions. But I still
In the
remember,
back line.
yeah. But he was happy just to play centre half back. And
Yeah.
I think there was a game when we played East Geelong, and I always remember we were in 2014. We had to win to make the finals. We lost a couple, and he said to me before the game, "Don't worry, we're going to win this." And he marked everything that came his way.
Yeah.
We got them in an elimination final, and Ricky O'Toole, they put a man on. They manned up the centre half back. So, and then probably the move that won him the game because
Okay.
Vanders didn't have a huge contribution because they had someone following him around all
Yeah.
day.
I seen him out here one day at centre half back take about 15 mark.
Yep.
And when the game needed to be won, they put him up forward. He couldn't quite. I don't know. He was just a dead set backman.
Yeah.
That was my opinion on him anyway.
He was a read the play and just outmark anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful football player. Played at a high level as well, so we're lucky to get him across.
Before one more, Jimmy Alford. Did he win a best and fairest, Jimmy Alford?
No.
No.
Oh,
Well,
he
good.
won a
The bloody Google's wrong again.
Billy. He won a Billy or Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Jimmy. No, he was a coach. I think
Okay.
a coach of our reserves.
What did
I
I put him in here for?
Probably Billy, maybe Billy.
God bother with
Probably
him.
Billy.
Huh?
Maybe Billy.
Billy won underage ones. I don't know about Oh, yes, he did. I think there's a photo of him in the
Okay.
rooms.
Yeah.
All right. Rain and Best and Fairest is Cassidy Parris. Am I right there?
Yes, that's correct.
So he's won a couple, has he?
He's won one.
Yeah.
One. He won one, and Finn's won two.
Right. So the other one hasn't won any.
Indy, maybe this year.
We'll get rid of him.
Maybe this year. He's moved on ball this year, and he's been amazing this year.
Two last blokes I want to talk about just quickly. Norm, yourself.
No,
Been here for
70 plus.
wow.
I started in 1956.
Wow, that's the year Smithy was born at the Olympics. And of course, you are now the #1 ticket holder for the Geelong District Footy League. You'd be proud of that.
Very proud.
Yes.
It's a great honour.
Oh, it's a huge honour, actually,
Yes.
because there's. I'll tell you why it's so huge accolade. It's because there's such a big field. You can pick anyone from about 1,000 people.
Yes, it is.
And they've grabbed you out of it, which is thoroughly deserved. So you'd be really proud of that. And obviously, I'm not going to go through what you've done here at Winch because the game might start before we finish. So, and of course, the other bloke, you might as well speak about yourself.
myself.
Yeah, where? What?
I've always enjoyed my time here. I feel like I always owe the club something. I met my wife here. And it's, when I come here, I was in a low point in my life, probably not in a great spot. And I think I owe everything to this club. So
President for how long?
14 years.
14 years. And you still owe the club something. Don't you think it might be a little bit back the other way at times?
No, I always think I'm always. I don't know what it'd be if it wasn't for this football club. So it means a lot to me.
Well, I tell you what, I'm pretty much the same. Even though I do this now, every night game you get back because you've got your own side. But look, fellas, thanks for coming in. It's a rich history. We've only got the 15 or so minutes to talk about it. Good luck today, not just out here, but good luck today inside. And tomorrow you've got a really big day. And I hope everything goes well for you. And you know what? I know it will. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks,
you.
Gabby. Appreciate it, mate.
Good on you, boys.
Thanks, mate.
Welcome back. As I said, great interview there with two of the very, very good people here at Winchelsea. And as I said, they hope for a big day in there this afternoon. As Grab said, tomorrow they've got another day. If they go as well as the North Geelong Football Club did last week, I think it will be an exceptional weekend for the club. So
Well,
that's
I
what
did
they're looking
speak to
for.
Habs.
Yep.
And he said he's got so many phone calls during the week saying what a magnificent weekend they had.
Yeah, just speaking to him before the game, he was very happy with the way everything went both days, and obviously the result Saturday was good. And I suppose Winchelsea will be looking at something similar here this afternoon. But we've got some other games we need to cover, and some important games actually in the context of where they sit on the ladder. Inverleigh, again, probably an upset win against Belpo Hill last week, but they now have East Geelong at home, and that will be a really important game for Inverleigh if they're going to continue their march towards final football.
Well, we had a look at them 2 weeks ago, right? We had a look at their situation. And they had East today.
Yep.
And they had Belpost last week. And we sort of thought if they can't win both of those, they could be finished for the year. And yet their performance against Belpost Hill, obviously in the finish, was terrific. Belpost Hill actually controlled most of the game, so I've been told, but they didn't kick that well, and they couldn't score goals. They had a lot of inside 50s, but Inverleigh just kept whacking away, and in the end, they beat Belpost Hill by 45 points.
I was talking to Jack Gates again. Happened to be I won't say where I met him, but where I was speaking to him. But he was saying they kicked 9 goals. Got the first 3 clearances from the centre. He said they scored every time. He said then we just couldn't pull them back.
Yeah, that's incredible. When was he in the Great Western?
Nah, wasn't the bat local. Bannockburn.
Oh, okay.
He was having lunch again.
Yeah, well, so they're obviously playing a lot better football. They've had a bit of bad luck because they've changed the fixture. I didn't know this. They've changed the fixture because of Lara pulling out of the GFL, believe it or not. And I'm not quite sure how it worked, but because they were actually going to be scheduled to play West. But because West had to change their game in the GDFL or GFL, they're now playing East. So Buck Donahue had taken the game off to go away.
Oh.
And because they were playing West, and now they're playing East. So they reckon he was absolutely terrific last week, from what I was told. They didn't put him in their best. Well, they did put him in their best players, along with Lovey, And another relative of mine, young Sam Cations, kicked 6 goals. I don't even know who he is. He's only a kid out of the 18s, I think. So he's gone on, he's kicked 6 goals and probably got him home. And Mason Dixon kicked 4. East last week, well, they had Thompson, and Thompson are really down on players at the moment, as we know. But McIntyre back to best on the ground form. Melville, I read Melville. I can't remember which one it was, Benny or Austin. But
no, I think it was Austin this one, I think.
Okay.
This time I think I read.
And Steele and Zach Smith kicked 6. So, they had a pretty good win. This will be a real good tussle, and it's so hard. People will say that Inverleigh to beat East is an upset. I'm not quite sure that's the case. I think it's just 2 good sides going against each other. I think at Inverleigh I'm going to go for them.
It's interesting because obviously a couple of weeks back we saw Belpo still beat East Geelong.
Ooh.
Then we see Inverleigh beat Belpo still. So the question is, why can't Inverleigh then go around?
It doesn't work like that.
That's exactly right. Football can be a funny game.
It might.
Yeah, you would think that could be the case. But Tyler, your thoughts here this afternoon? As I said, Inverleigh and East Geelong. Inverleigh are at home and playing with a little bit of confidence. But can they upset East Geelong?
Yeah, definitely coming off a couple of weeks of good form. And East obviously had that tough game against Belpost Hill. Obviously, granted, wasn't great conditions, but look, it's definitely be a bit of a shootout there. I think with Smith and Hazard for East, and then Dixon for Inverleigh. I think it'll be a very high scoring affair. At home, no, I think East have it for me by a couple, but yeah, I do think it'll be a pretty close game.
Yeah, as I said, Inverleigh would have to be at their very best, I would think, out there this afternoon. As I said, with knowing that Donahue's not playing, and plus the players that they have got out of their side currently, I think Keith still, obviously, he's overseas for, I think, 6 weeks or something like that. It could even be longer. So they are missing a bit of firepower out there. If they can get up and win this, it would be a tremendous effort for them. The clash of the Tigers, City Tigers, Thompson take on the country Tiger, Bannockburn. Bannockburn they do need to win this game, Grub, to get themselves back on the winning sequence and get themselves some sort of chance to play final football this season.
Yeah, well, this game always, for a long, long time, has had a big impression on where sides are going to finish, and it's always been possibly match of the round. But unfortunately, Thompson, with a lot of players leaving, a lot of players not playing, they got kids running around. I just
Even
think.
Sammy Jacker was not even their side, I don't think, today.
And he was in their best again last week and
I
has
think he
been
had a quick
for a
squeeze,
while.
but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, I hope he is because they really need a few older players to run around and help those kids out because the kids are trying pretty hard. I can tell you that. Cam, he kicked 3 out of 4 goals last week. Hennessy was a good player as well. And of course, Sammy Jacker was good too. And if he's out, well, they could be in even more trouble. Bannockburn, they worry me, Bannockburn. Some of the games I've seen, I think they're right up with the best sides in it. And then they put in a performance like they put in last week, and they seem not to be. They really seem to be an ordinary side. And I know I'd never, ever, ever go a one man side. But Henry Hawker straightens them up. He really makes them into a better side, and he hasn't been playing. But I think he's back this week. So, hopefully for their sake he is. Giles was good last week, Bath. And Wilson Mack played a pretty good game too and kicked 3 goals. But it's at Thompson, and I reckon they'll fight tooth and nail, and they'll hold Bannockburn for a little while. But I don't think they can hold it for 4 quarters, and I expect Bannockburn to win reasonably comfortably in the finish.
Yeah, I reckon if you look through the Bannockburn side today, there's probably not going to be a better lineup that they're going to be able to put on their part. So there's no excuses there for Bannockburn out there this afternoon. But Thompson, as we know, could be a Paul Lynch masterclass coaching exercise out there, and you just don't know what he could pull up. Silent.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But like Robbie said, they are missing probably half of what they had last year, as well as obviously the escapade to Europe doesn't help either mid-season. But look, Bannockburn really need to come out and win this by a lot. I think with the other games going on, obviously on the ladder, they're tied with Belpost Hill and East Geelong. They are sitting between the two on percentage. So to keep their season going, they need to win this, and they need to win by quite a bit to get that percentage boost up.
Well, you're right. The boys going overseas hasn't helped Thompson that much, but by crikey, it's helped us in the commentary box a fair bit. Smithy.
You reckon that's great, do you, Grab there? Yeah, old Archie Bunker, he might be over there. As I said, it's one that we haven't sent through a message. He's usually said he'd be watching and listening and seeing how we're going.
He's not watching this. The last
He's
time I
probably
seen him,
might
he's
be a bit
drinking Guinness.
He's probably a bit worried about he's losing his job when he gets back, maybe. I don't know. The game that we probably were going to go and see, Grub, is Anarchy taking on your side, Werribee. Anarchy today, past Players Day out there, and it'll be a day, I reckon, that they'll want to enjoy, but to remember a great man in Dave Walmsley, who passed away recently and who's been pretty much a mainstay and a highlight, I think, to their past Players Day out there. And just speaking to Neville Gogol during the week, he's heading out there, and he was the one bloke he said he was really obviously going to miss not being out there this afternoon.
Yeah, you're right. And then, look, it'll be a very emotional day out there. I just trying to, and look, yes, he was a great man. And Anarchy past players is one of the better past players you go to, with Bissett, both of them, Hookie.
Darryl mightn't be there. He's got a coaching job at Inverleigh. So.
Yeah, well, he won't be there today, no.
Yeah.
But in the past, who else? Lucky Phil Cummins, and they have a ball. I went in there one year with them, and it was just a laugh. They just have a great time. But it will be very, very emotional out there today. I'm just trying to work out whether that can relate to on-field. I know in front of the past players you try to play a bit better, but whether or not it can lift Anarchy up to beat Werribee today, it'd have to be something huge. Because, at 3-7 versus 10-0, you would probably think Werribee would win the game. But Anarchy have had their record against Werribee at Anarchy is very, very good. I'm just not quite sure of the gap in class there today. Billy Goodwin, what did he play? He played his 100, 150 or something?
No, I'm probably not too sure, Grub. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I forgot. I read it and then I forgot it. And he was in their best players as well. That might even be today, actually.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be close to it.
Yeah, Dalhouse was good. Gerard was good. Werribee Saluba kicked 8. So they obviously, against the lower side, they decided they've got him playing another role that delivers the ball in. Well, they obviously set him back on the other night.
200 today.
200, Billy Good. Yep. Sorry, Billy. I've just
robbed your 100.
Just robbed you for 100 or 50 games, mate. And he's been a great stalwart for Anarchy too. But yeah, they changed his role. He kicked 8. Culliver was good. Camilleri, and one of the best players that I saw too was Tyler Crennan back in the side and played a pretty good game. So I think the other fellow they picked up, Jake Marshall, is going to play today. Whether he continues to play or not, or go and play high, I'm not sure of the situation. But he is a very good player as well. pouring rain. You couldn't see 10 feet in front of you. And they kicked 10 goals to nothing in the first quarter and finished up kicking 26-4 and won by 141 points in terrible conditions. So it just does show you the gap. Well, look, I'm going to go for Werribee. I just can't go past Werribee with a 10-0 record.
Yeah, I think that speaks pretty much highly, Tyler. As I said, they've travelled pretty well. They've been able to bring blokes into the club that have strengthened, even with the blokes that are still over or out of the side. They've still been able to cover them off. Anarchy, unfortunately, the other way around, have lost some quality players. First to injury, now overseas, but it'll be a big task for them to win out there this afternoon.
Yeah, I think Werribee will rain pretty heavily on the parade out there today. There is still the stars in the Anarchy team, but you look where they line up, and then you go, "Oh, well, the Werribee boys that are going to be manning up on them are pretty goddamn good themselves." So yeah, I think Werribee will be pushing well and truly ahead on that one.
The next game we just want to have a quick look at here this afternoon, as I said, is the Giants. They're at home. Unfortunately, their season not going anywhere near where they'd like to be. Belmont Lions, on the other hand, are going along pretty nicely at the present time. They would need to win again today. They just want to maintain their position on the ladder, and if they can do that, I think that they'll be, well, they want to finish obviously top 2, but to finish in the top 3 or 4 would be very handy for them. Can you see any sort of an upset here, Tyler? I'll give you your first crack at this one, the Giants and Belmont.
Short and sweet, no, not at all. West just haven't been able to get it together as far this year. Belmont's been solid on the run the last couple of years, so I think it is at West, but I do believe Belmont will be far too strong out there. And yeah, as you said, they'll want to be getting up into the top 2 or 3, and they'll want to work on their percentage as well.
Well, what do the Giants do? As I said, I know that they're obviously not travelling well, and that's not being smart or anything like that. But as a recruiting, if you're looking at where they are now and what they need to do, and being able to maybe even look at maintaining their existing list, that's going to be the issue is like Jackson Collins. I know he's a good footballer, played at a higher level. Does he stick around the club now while they're going poorly? And if he's getting towards the end of his time, does he look for something maybe to finish off his career?
Well, I think he's good enough to play just about anywhere.
Yep.
So he'd have the pick, but you would really hope for Westlake that he would stay there. But look, last week as I said, they just stood there and watched. They couldn't do much. They kicked 4 goals themselves, and at times they played a little bit of good footy, but nowhere near enough. They were out of their class by a long, long way. If it had been dry, you wouldn't know what the score could have been. But I'm not sure it's just the on-field that's their problem, right? You go into I won't call it afternoon tea. It'd be evening tea at half time. They had one person,
Yep.
Soupy. He got up and spoke, and he didn't have not one other person. So the people from West that were there were obviously partaking in some, on-field role.
Yep.
So they just haven't got the people. And I think Wilkes normally goes, I think. I don't know where he was, but they need some people. They need people to get in and around them and get them to help them out first. And what happens is if they don't win a game, and look, there's a possibility that may happen. If they don't win a game and they go out and try and recruit, it's hard to get people to come to a side that hasn't won a game. It's going to be awfully hard to get up the ladder. And they're not a side that's been there and done that. I can't remember them more than once, maybe twice, making finals in the format that we have now.
Yep.
So, and they've been on the bottom, they've been second bottom. It's really, really hard, and I feel for them. But somewhere, somehow, they've got to find some people to help and hopefully get people to come there. And look, maybe even a Corio. Corio are not out of the woods yet either. But at least they're competing, and they haven't been competing well enough, and they can't win the game today, no.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough season for them. As I said, it's not only now, but when you get to this stage of the season and you got to set up the train on Tuesday, Thursday night, so it even makes it harder for themselves to turn up there. But as I said, I don't know the playing group. They may be just all mates that are happy enough to go along and do that, but they'll obviously need to drag some other mates along to get themselves up and running. But
and of course, what I've done there, I've left Bannockburn high and dry. I haven't said much. Belmont. At 7-3, they're going along all right. Actually, they've put in some great performances and a couple of performances not so great. So they're just sort of trying to get their team together. Wood was good. Brock Marnie, good to see him back in there. Mitchell, he's a very, very good player. And, of course, Benny McPherson kicked 6. He was a captain of the interleague side, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
He kicked 6. They had beat Corio by 98 points, and that's what they're expected to do, and they did it. And yes, they'll be too strong.
Yeah, I tend to agree. As I said, they're going on pretty nicely.
Well, sorry, I'm going to interrupt again. Sorry. Some of these sides are around the same, right? North are on 160%. Banno 135, Belpost still 129, Belmont are 131%. So if they can go out and really put them to the task today, that percentage will climb and put them up with the rest, and that's what they have to do.
Yep, so that's important. Important result out there, and as I said earlier this morning, you wouldn't have thought the conditions would be favourable to do that, but not like last Saturday night with you, Grub, but it's as I said, it's turned out a really nice day here, and I reckon the players will really benefit from that. Now, the final game to look at is Corio. They're at home. They take on Belpost Hill. Playing Corio last week against Belmont, I think they were in there till half time, but then they just fell away. But they need to put a 4-quarter performance to have any chance of beating Belpost Hill.
Well, I think even a 4-quarter performance isn't going to get it done. They're 1 and 9 and Belpost 6 and 4. Belpost have been up and down too. They're a bit like Belmont. They've put some really good performances that we've seen, and then when we haven't seen them, they've dropped away a little bit. Yatesy was named their best, and Flacavento, and Josh Norman flies his own plane in every couple of weeks to play. That's fair enough. But look, apparently last week they got so many inside 50s and couldn't score. And unfortunately, Lockie Wilson was one of their blokes that was scoring, and he's not playing. I don't know when he's back. He might be long term. The other blokes in the 2s last week, I think, there's Riley Dixon, who they need back. He's got a great pair of hands. So they probably need both of those back to be able to get it in and score. But I think they'll be far too strong for Corio today. They got beat by 98 points. McMahon, again, was their best, the boy that we liked. Green and Evans, they'll give it all they got. They always do, but it just won't be enough today.
Tyler, how do you think this will run? Can you give Corio any chance at home, or does it doesn't really matter against Belpost Hill?
I don't think the home ground advantage is going to do much for them out there today, unfortunately, against Belpost Hill. Belpost Hill have been so solid and reliable the last few years, and I think they'll continue that way. And look, they could win this by 5 or 6 or more.
True.
Sorry, mate. I was just trying to work out North Geelong out in the ground very early, and this is a different looking Winchelsea side. This must be this is the old jumper.
Yes, that's the first jumper. I meant to ask Normie that, and I just got carried away a bit. But they're in the Geelong jumpers today, and they're the jumpers they started off with back in 1896.
So were they the Cats then at such stage? Were they?
No, I think they were still called. They've only mentioned on Google Blues. They never actually mentioned Cats.
You would have thought it would have been a Carlton jumper then, wouldn't you?
Well, it nearly is now.
Well, it is now, but I'm saying beforehand, like you wouldn't get the Blues out of that. But anyway, that doesn't matter. The game this afternoon is between Winchelsea and North Geelong. Winchelsea over the last couple of weeks have really taken down some good prizes, I suppose, and taken down Bannockburn last week especially. North Geelong we saw last week against Anarchy. Took them 3 quarters to shrug off a pretty determined Anarchy, but again, conditions weren't great. But from their side last week, I think they said they've made somewhere near 5 to 6 changes North Geelong through injury, sickness and whatever. And I think one bloke may have gone overseas. I think was mentioned earlier on the other day. Seems to be a normal thing for the
Who's gone overseas?
Centre half back. What's his name? Not O'Brien, the other bloke. The one we mentioned last week, Cambridge.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I should have known that.
Yes,
He's gone. Yeah,
he's gone. But as I said, on the other hand, Winchelsea are going along very, very nicely. And it's good to see Caleb Brown back in their side. I don't know whether he played last week, but he's back in there now. And he will be a very important inclusion for this side going forward.
Well, he will in the next couple of weeks. Whether or not he can throw the rust off and be so good early, but I tell you what, he is a very, very, very good player. Don't worry about it. It has been for quite a while. Umpires are out. Ignore me. The 700th game. Who's the bloke with him? He's as old as me. He's as old as me. It's Steve Keating. Unbelievable. I knew he was. He rang me on the way down. He said they've done about 1,600 games together, these two. And not together, but between them.
And what was the comment you said to him?
How many good ones? How many good ones? And Keith said to me, not many. Great people, and we get a good job out of these boys today. Where were we? Blokes going overseas and blokes. Well, firstly, we saw them last week. And, Davis and Desnoy were good. Charlie Farrell, Petrucci kicked 4. They weren't impressive, actually, the first 3 3 quarters and 25 minutes, but then they shrugged Anarchy off and went bang, bang and won, pretty convincingly by, 8 goals. You're right with the blokes coming in. BJ O'Toole's come into the side. Lukey Swinison's come into the side. Looking through their list, there was Govis come into their side. Aaron Beecroft. Henderson's been playing in the 2. So they've had quite a few changes to make, and they're probably at their most vulnerable at the moment. The other bloke's got concussion issues and could be out. Well, I don't know. He's got to see a surgeon or somebody. That's
Specialist.
Specialist. That's Jasper George, and he's probably the best defender I've seen in the comp for quite a while. So they've got a lot to cover here, North Geelong, and I'm just not 100% sure they can do that in front of a 150th side that's really started to put the foot down the last couple of weeks, as you said. Terrell was good, and I think he's the big fella in the ruck. Walsh, Carver, Cam Primer kick 4. I think he's probably still second in the race for the Wayne Tyquin medal. There's a few blokes that I had written down, but then I remembered, Aaron Cook we've seen. Josh Church. Haven't seen much of Josh Church. I don't know what he's done. Zach Ross was another one. Damien Hewson, another one. We saw Carver and Williams and Nankervis against Belpost Hill, and they were okay. But, yeah, those 3 blokes, I don't know if they're really good players that have made the difference or the whole team has just, played a lot better. This is pretty hard, and, well, you can't really call it an upset because it's, second versus third, isn't it?
Correct. Pretty close.
So there'd be no upset there. I just think the way it's fallen and the injuries and the overseas players, the home game in front of the 150-year past players, I reckon I'm going to go for Winch to nearly win this.
What do you think there?
I agree. I think I wasn't super impressed last week by North Geelong for the first 2.5 quarters. I think they were a bit slow to get started. And I think with all these extra outs that we've got, I reckon Winch at home, a big occasion, are going to get over the line.
There's another out too, Charlie Smith.
Yeah.
He'd be a pretty big loss too.
Yeah, been going all right. The thing that makes it hard here, as I said, you get used to seeing blokes run around in a jumper and number and all that sort of stuff. And even with just the change of jumpers, I reckon it's going to make it harder to pick out. But, well, that's all right. Let's they run away from us. At least we'll be able to see a number and get some sort of names going. But I think it's going to be difficult. I think Winchelsea at the moment, as I said, playing as good as football as anybody.
Well, not everybody.
Well, there's below that top one, but the rest of the group, as I said, they're going pretty nicely. They've been able to string through some wins. They've been able to beat sides in and around them that they need to do, and I think that's pretty important. So I think they'll be too strong. I can't see how North Geelong can make 6 changes today and get anywhere close to this side. I think this game might get a bit ugly at some stage, and I'm thinking that Winch will win this game comfortably.
Fazio, another one?
Yeah, well, he was the other bloke. His brother was actually doing the running for the seconds. So I'm not too sure whether he's still got ideas of playing, whether he's retired and just helping out there. I'm not too sure.
Oscar's still out?
Yes. Yeah, no, look, the list, Grub, if you went through it, is enormous. So, and not players that are your 19, 20, 21, 22 players. There's some of your key players that you need to have in this side. But having said that, it gives Peter Riccardi an opportunity to sit back and look at what he's got coming through the seconds and what's available to him. And as I said, he is also a pretty clever coach. So he might be able to string something here this afternoon that sees them get up and above what I think they can do. So it'll be very, very interesting.
Well, they're too good a side to get it too ugly, I think. They can keep it together. The only thing is, you'd say you get a chance to give the young blokes a go, but the blokes they've brought in was BJ, who's not a kid.
No.
Aaron Beecroft's not a kid.
No.
Lukey Swinison's not a kid.
No.
So although he's been out injured and come back, he's played this year and played pretty well. But they've actually brought in experienced players. So you would love to see them bring in some young blokes, but I watched their seconds. It doesn't look like an abundance of young kids coming through. There's probably a couple. I mean, they had to chase. Rory Priddle played today.
Yep.
And they chased around for about 7 blokes this morning. So, with injuries and going away, they are very, very depleted, but they'll still give a good account of themselves. Don't worry about that.
Someone, Jared Bright, didn't put his hand up and play.
Oh, weak as water, Bright. Actually, I'll say that again in a minute.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit close. He actually come over and took a photo of Grubby before the game. I don't know if he's going to post it or what he's going to do with it. But
Well, look, as you said, their seconds got well beaten. They chased around this morning looking for 7 players, and Jared Bryant, weak as water, didn't even pull the boots on and play. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's just lost it. And his mum just said hi. Fair enough, Jack.
yeah, no, as I said, it is a difficult thing to do. But as I said, you've got some good people around the club, and he is one of them. He said he's been a brilliant player for them. He probably, as I said, he's probably like Sid Jones. You probably nearly could have called him up and got him to run around this afternoon. He would have been just as good as anybody running around out there.
I would have said that last year, but he's not. He didn't play last week. His shoulder's playing up, and he's nearly at the end of the road, Jonesy. I can tell you that now. He's nearly at the end.
Yeah, at least he can still run around, Grub. That's something more than I definitely know.
He's a lot older than us.
Yeah, no. So
6 months.
So he's doing an extremely good job, and as I said, I reckon if you can enjoy the game of football and you can still do it, why wouldn't you? Because that's what you need to be able to do. Unfortunately, for some of us, it comes a little bit quicker to the end than others. But anyway, the game is not too far away from starting out here this afternoon. Players are starting to move to their positions. As I said, it will be interesting just the way we call this afternoon. As I said, it's the Blues jumpers are gone, the Geelong jumpers are back on. So eventually we'll get to know who they are and how they're running around. But it's going to be an interesting sort of afternoon, I would think. I'm just trying to get Rory Bolsh. He's only a little bloke. We might be able to pick him up. He's a little bloke out here, so he might be easy to pick up. But the rest of them, I tell you what, it's going to be difficult.
Well, that's James just in front of us. I know that. Ruben James, isn't it?
Actually, the jumpers don't look that unsimilar, do they? Really, when they're out there. I know it's Collingwood and Geelong, but gee,
and both dark shorts.
Yeah.
I would have thought some of them might have been able to possibly wear a pair of white shorts.
Well, it's going to be Terrell and Davis that are going to start the ruck duty in the middle of the ground. Davis is obviously going to have a little bit of a height advantage. Be interesting to see because when you stand next to these blokes, they tower over me anyway. So siren has sounded. Game is underway. Now the ball is thrown in the air. Terrell, good jump up, gets over the top. Ball comes to ground. Now there's a free kick being given, and it's going to go to Winchelsea, and Williams gets the ball off, handballs quickly, goes forward into their forward line. Mark not taken out there in defence. Good spoil from behind. Handball over the top, ends up in the hands of, we've got Parrish, Parrish. It's sitting in their forward pocket now, heading towards the boundary line. Been pushed over the boundary line, and a throw-in will take place. So Primmer had his hand on the ball there quickly. It's good to see he's got a long sleeve jumper. That might make him easy to pick up. But the rest of it's going to be very difficult out there this afternoon. As I said, both that looks really hard to call. And the ball from the handball comes out towards Cassidy Parrish once again. The umpire says that was a high tackle, and free kick will go to Parrish, who looks like he may have started in the forward line. So he's got a kick of about 30 metres.
Did start in the middle with his brother.
He did start in there, did he?
Yeah.
With the move forward. Didn't pick him up in there. Or actually, probably, as I said, probably with a jumper change. It is very, very hard to pick him up out there.
It's even hard to differentiate between the teams.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's just, we've had that. So he's got a kick now, as I said. He's born his way in now. Kicks that goal. Looks okay. Umpire stands there, and he's just slowed it. Put it past the goal post for a minor score. They're on the board. Would you see they're one behind? And North Geelong are yet to score. Only a minute's play. Charlie Farrell's going to be ball bringing it in from the fullback position. He's going to go to the far side of the ground. Again, goes out wide. That's a good, strong mark out there. Mark was taken by his Vista, was it? And ball comes back inside now. Mark is taken out there by Williams. So they've moved the ball back inside their 50. And probably this is just a testing conditions once again here, or from distance, I should say. He's going to line up. He's going to take full advantage, gains a bit of ground, kick long, goes back towards goal. Distance, no problem. Accuracy is way off, out of bounds on the full. And ball will be going back to Charlie Farrell once again. So just over 2 minutes into this first quarter, the Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard. It is Winchelsea one behind. North Geelong yet to score.
Well, looking for the footy, have they?
Yeah, gone into the trees, mate.
If you're quick here, Grub, get all your words in before he gets the ball.
Yeah, I think I might. Well, Charlie Farrell, he's had a couple of touches already.
On the full.
Yes, it was too. In he comes now. Charlie Farrell goes to the outer side of the ground, looking for some teammates out there to hopefully take that mark. No one can pick it up now as he's picked up by North Geelong. He's dropped the footy, I think. And the umpire said, yep, you did, mate. And then free kick go to that. Who's that little bloke? Is that his Vista, is it?
Yep.
On the left, no, on the right, puts it up in towards the centre, well, full forward position. Up they go. No one can take the mark. Now Cassidy puts it off the pack and check sides it through for the first goal of the afternoon. Unbelievable goal. He's right into there, Parrish. And sorry, that was the Cassidy, I think, wasn't it?
Yep.
Cassidy Parrish, best and fairest winner here once or twice, and he's put their first goal on the board. And they will now the score. Is that scoreboard work?
No,
it's just now.
1-1-7
1-1.
So
Winchelsea.
it's 1-1-7. North Geelong yet to score. And let me take a guess on the Buckley scoreboard.
Buckley Entertainment, you're 100% right there, Grub.
There you go. I've got that right for once.
He very happy with himself there, Cassidy.
He
too.
was, and he took it off the pack beautifully.
Very strong start to the game for him. So two shots on goal now. So back in the middle, it'll be Terrell and Davis again going up for this centre contest. And up we go. So Davis still with the height advantage, but Terrell able to get the tap out down to Parrish, unable to get a quick clearance there, but picked up again by Winchelsea and wrapped up quickly. North Geelong will have a ball up in the middle of the ground. So the North Geelong backs pushing up the ground pretty high quickly. Davis able to get the tap there. Now it's a Desnoy with a clearing kick, far side towards Habib. Habib leads the pack out that far side, but unable to get a pick up. Into the hands of Bertucci at that side, but not a clear pick up there into Winchelsea's hands and kicked up along that wing, just over the head of Alma, but a mark taken out there by Luke Swenison. So a kick forward, not a great one, into the hands of the Winch player over that side of Finn Parrish. Kick back in, coming inbound now. So over the middle and across the centre of the ground. Kicked forward into the forward 50 now, leading player of Winchelsea. Able to get a quick turn. Parrish now as the ball kicks, centres that one forward, and a fantastic kick to hit. Is that his brother on the lay? No, it's not.
Could be half, I reckon. No, it's not. Jason Gould.
Gould. So yeah, beautiful kick there by Parrish to hit Gould. He's going to be about 35 out. Very small angle, but looks to be the scoring end this far. They've had a good run with able to get that through the centre there, Winch. So in he comes now, boot to ball, and umpire not moving much, but it has just pushed across. So a further point for Winchelsea takes them to 1-2, 8 North Geelong, no score, 5 minutes into the Buckley's Entertainment first quarter. So Charlie Farrell again with the kick-in duties this time. Cooper Vaughan calling for it out on our broadcast side, and Davis here as well. Over the hands of Davis, over the hands of everyone. So Noah Penny out the back, able to get the ball and runs straight past the Winchelsea player of Gemmell there. Went for the bump instead of a tackle, but not a good kick into the hands of the Winch player. It's quickly turned into Parrish. Inside now towards Cassidy Parrish. Dropped the mark, but picked up and handballed out wide. Far side now heading for Winch. Going to be in the hands of Adrian Cook. Gets it out further to the far side. Another handball and a sloppy kick forward, but able to roll well through the hands of Williams and a kick off the boot towards goal, but pushed all the way across. So we'll have a ball in now, 10 metres around from the Winchelsea goal. It's hard to get names. All right, ball in this time. It's going to be Gould for Winch. Able to take the ball out of the ruck, straight to the boot, kick it far side, marked out there by Sammy Reynolds. So North Geelong with it now, right in the back of defence. Reynolds looking for the next target. He's going to go the far side. Finds it over the hands of Penny. Quickly turned back to the Winchelsea team. Kicked in Boyan and a tackle laid quickly there by Alma. Ball hits ground, quick kick. And handballed out now into the hands of Bolsh, who gets a quick kick forward. Again, has pushed it too far. Going to be another point for Winchelsea. It takes them to 1-3 to North Geelong 0.
Got a bit of dominance here. They need to score goals.
Yeah, no, having plenty of opportunities now, but it's Charlie Farrell with ball in hand again, kicking in from full back.
Leading possession winner. He'd be the leading possession winner of the day.
Just about going well out there. Goes out wide, finds O'Brien in the pocket. Swinnerton along the boundary line. Don't think he'll go there. Looking for maybe a longer option. Again, this time he goes back towards centre wing. Davis there. Ball's going to get out the back. Mark has been taken out there. Cooper Pasca's taken the mark. So the free kick. Hang on, it's going back the other way. There's a block there. Doesn't matter. North Geelong going to win that free kick anyway. So Tommy Davis now right in front of the box here where we sit. Then he's going to kick long into their half-forward line. Ball out there. Half comes across. Gets a spoil on it. Ball gets behind the contest though. Kicked off the ground. Parker kept the ball alive. Did nicely to the pocket. Needs some support. The handball comes out. Goes into the hands. Can end up with the hand of Desnoy. Shoots at goal. He is offline. And through for their first score of the afternoon. One behind it is. And it's taken them just on 8 minutes to get that score. Sorry, 6 minutes. 8 minutes, it was right. That was correct. And the ball now to be brought in from full-back position. The short kick goes out to the pocket. And Winchelsea now have the ball. They move the ball out. That was Carver that had the ball. Got the handball back inside. Long kick out towards centre wing now. Pass there. Brings ball to ground. Again, it's pretty hard to see who's got the ball. I think it might be Parrish out there that's picked it up. But he has been caught. Umpire will ask it for it back. And a ball up to take place in between centre wing, half-forward line. Far side of the ground, North Geelong's attacking end. Davis had the ball out of the ruck. Ball come out of that contest. Goes back towards the boundary line. Kicked off the ground there by Riccardi. Gains some valuable ground. Goes inside their 50 now. But now, again, the ball over the boundary line. A throw-in will take place. So they moved or advanced the ball to inside their forward 50 North Geelong. Umpire with ball in hand now, just about to restart play. Caleb Brown doing some ruck work back in the side. And he can be up against Tom Davis. So Brown and Davis at that ruck contest. The ball comes out the back now. Davis went back after it again, picked the ball up, tackled by Brown, brought to ground. Umpire said incorrect disposal. And free kick will go to Brown. So Brown of Winchelsea, half back line, little chip up towards centre wing. The mark will be taken, and that is good. So they're still defensive side of centre wing. They need to move the ball. They go, that's wide. Kick was intercepted there by Desnoy. Went back and collected. He was tackled. He had no prior opportunity there. Umpire said a ball up. Well, he's actually let things go. Now he's called for dropping the ball. I'm not too sure how that happened. But anyway, free kick going to Winchelsea on the far side of the ground once again. So they've got the ball still on the defensive side of centre wing. They try and take the player on at the ground there. I think it's Ibis was tackled by Desnoy, and he's going to win the free kick back. He goes short into their forward line. Better looking kick, finds Swinnerton. This is Tom, so he's got the ball, and he goes short to the pocket, and that's also a good kick. So mark has been taken out there within range. An opportunity for North Geelong to shoot a goal. Just keeps dropping, mate. That's better. Maybe now that can't hear himself.
Is that Cooper Vaughan out there?
I believe so, yeah.
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 Yeah. They should have worn white shorts on them.
Can't even tell the team's quite hard.
So the ball now from that forward pocket. Kick at goal. Looks okay off the boot. And it is through for a goal. So that won't tie things up. It'll be 1-1 North Geelong. 1-3 to Winchelsea, and 11 minutes gone. Buckers Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
Well, they just wrestled the ascendancy away. It was all Winchelsea, and Winchelsea had 4 shots for goal with 1-3. And North Geelong just wrestled it away from them. Got it down there, kept it in like we say every week, and kicked a nice goal to go within 2 points. So that was a handy goal there. Good play by Swinnerton, good kick in. And young Isbis to probably give the free kick away, trying to do a little bit too much, just get rid of the ball, son. Up it goes now, the 2 boys in the ruck. The big fella gets it down for North Geelong. No one can pick it up, and he's picked up now, but the umpire says, come in and we'll bounce that ball again.
Does that one work?
The big fella, Davis.
They just keep dropping.
Up he goes against Terrell. Terrell gets the knockout this time. It comes out to North Geelong, though. It's picked up there beautifully. Sharked very, very well by Noah Penny. Comes down. Oh, good players. They takes it off the pack. Has a flying shot for goal, and I think he's just missed it, and he has. Gee, that was a fair bit of good play there. Was that BJ?
Yep.
I thought it was. Billy O'Toole back in maybe for his first game of the year. Good footy from BJ. And now the ball will come back out. It goes out to that's young Ross. Ross deep in the back pocket for Winchelsea. Goes a little short kick over. A bit of danger involved, but it's not because it's a good mark by the Huff. In he comes now. Huff puts him out towards another little short kick. That could be his mister out there again. He had a few touches. Nowhere to go. The North have manned up pretty well, and he hasn't got any options, so he just tries to kick it long down the outside, but it's straight down the throat. Oh, is that Lukey Parker out there? Luke Parker now. Too far out to score even for him. Puts it into the teeth there. Maybe not. I tell you what, it could have nearly went over the top there for Lukey. I was just about pretty happy with that, but it's gone through for a point. Well, I said it was too far out to score, but he cleared the pack. 1-3 apiece on the Buckley's Entertainment scoreboard as Winch now in the Geelong jumpers. Gee, it's hard to pick up. Puts it out towards Parrish, but a great punch away there. That looked to me like Charlie Farrell, and the ball goes over the line and out of bounds for a throw-in. Umpire now. Take a couple of steps in, young fella, which he does. And he comes with a big throw-in now. It's a good throw-in. Up they go. Davis in front. Gets a nice little tap down. No one can pick the ball up. It's rolling around on the ground. It's now picked up by the Winch defence as they put it up towards the wing position. All on his own is Benny O'Brien, I think. Dropped what he should have taken, but butted up beautifully. Got the ball, tapped it along the ground. Come out, picked up beautifully there by Davis. No, not Davis. Goes over to BJ O'Toole. He's had a couple of touches, BJ. A good kick, but out-muscled there. And that was well done by his mister again.
I reckon it's Ross this time.
And he's, is it?
Ross, yeah. He's kicked the point.
I thought it was number 6.
I think it was. So the ball now being brought back into the full-back position, comes out. The mark has been taken by Cooper Bourne, so it's going to go back pretty quickly to where it came from. He looks to go to the top of the goal square. Kick out there. Not too sure who he was looking at. Parrish got in their road. Huff now has the ball. Handballs outside the Cook back towards teammate there in Parrish, and that's Indy goes out wide towards centre wing. Mark not taken out there. Good ball from behind there. That was Henderson got brought ball to ground. He's going to win it back with the handball. Runs through the middle of the ground now. Looks to go across the ground. Outside. Better place then. Again, back to Vaughan. Handballs up over the top. Bowles on the right boot. Looks back towards goals. Can he bring back far enough? I think he has. Yes. And he has got his first goal of the afternoon. And now the second for North Geelong. They moved to 2-4. They lead Winchelsea on 1-3. And we have gone just over 11 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, well, that made Peter Riccardi happy, and it was a lovely goal too. And all of a sudden, North Geelong, they have taken the dominance away from Winchelsea. They got the ball, a beautiful goal. And I'll tell you what, maybe an early contender for the Connectel. Yeah, that's right, Connectel. Goal of the day.
So we're back in the middle once again.
I can't even tell the numbers. The 5s look like 6s. And
Yeah, no, it is hard. It's definitely made hard. Cooper Pass gets the ball out this time. Parrish comes through the middle of the ground, picks the ball up, got a handball out back, went to his brother Indy, and now they win the ball from the half-back line. Gemmell picks the ball up. He goes out long with a long kick. That's a great kick, but standing in the road is Swennerson, and he takes the mark for North Geelong. Just on the half-back line now, he looks to go back into the middle of the ground. That was a great kick, spot on, because it went straight to Habib. Right in the middle. Now he's looking at some options further down the field. He goes out wide. Bowles will have to fly. Got the ball in his hand and had some support on the ground. Handball comes up over the top. Goes towards O'Toole. Couldn't pick the ball up. Oh, that was a bit high to tackle the first one, I would think so. Umpires allowed things to go on there. Gemmell kicks the ball back into the middle of the ground. Farrell up again. He's been good early in this first quarter. Kicks across the ground. Finds Swennerson. This is Tom. Looks to go longer into their forward line. Goes out wide towards Vaughan again. He's in front. Mark not taken out there. Ball runs towards the boundary line. Now it has gone over. And they will have a throw in. And it will take place just inside forward 50, I would think.
Well, I'll be right in saying there's 3 Swennersons and 3 Parishes playing today?
Yep.
Correct. What makes it easy? You just don't bother with a Christian name, Smithy.
That's it.
I'm working out.
Get the award. So again, the ball thrown back in for that half-forward line area. Ball takes out of the contest. It's been tipped up there by Indy Parrish. Goes to his brother Cassidy. Puts the ball back through the middle of the ground. Again, numbers there with North Geelong, but Winchelsea are going to win the ball and they're going to kick the ball into their forward line. Kicked it, but don't have the distance to get to where his teammate was. He's coming across with Benny O'Brien. Read that nicely. Little short kick, missed the target. Goes back outside now. Picked up there by Isbister again. Handball's inside. Goes towards the forward line. Going to be at ground level. Picked up at there. And it's going to be kicked to goal. And it was Jordan Gould, I think, who picked that up. And he has got his first goal of the afternoon. The second for Winchelsea. They're 2-3. They trail North Geelong on 2-4. And we have gone almost 17 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre. First quarter scoreboard.
Well, they didn't muck around then, Winchelsea. They haven't had the ball up their full line for a while. They kicked 1-3 of them. They had the dominance, and they've got it up there once in the last 7 or 8 minutes and kicked a nice goal. And I'll tell you what, I've wrecked me sheets here. I've got 2 Isbisters. Who's number 8, Smithy?
Number 8 is
Zach
Zach Ross.
Ross.
But I got Zach Ross as 5.
No, Aaron Cook's 5.
So we'll have Pask and Terrell again from the middle here. We'll give Grubby the next 15
I'll do it
minutes
at
to sort
quarter
his
time.
sheets out.
I'll do it at
Up
quarter
we
time.
go. Terrell with first touchdown towards Parrish. Pask then able to get the handball out to Riccardi. Riccardi with the clearing kick forward. Unable to get the hands to that one, so it's gone over the back. Parker able to pick that one up. Move the ball forward. Parker in again. Handball out to Parrish. Back to the hands of the Winch player. Parrish again. Of Indy variety. Wrapped up quickly, and we'll have a ball up right on the 50 line. Ball up now. Terrell front position and gets the tap down over Luke Parker there. Cassidy on the had a free kick paid for a throw against City Parish, I believe. So Luke Parker's going to have the free kick here. Looks to be about 60. Looks to be about.
Now, Lukey Parker, I tell you what, I can't quite see that 50. Is he inside the 50, the man on the mark?
I reckon he's right on the line.
Yeah, it's so close.
I reckon he'll kick from 50.
We know how good a kick he is, Luke Parker. In he comes, 50 out. He's put the boot into it. I tell you what, it's coming back. And I tell you what, it's gone right through the middle. I tip that, Smithy. We know that Luke Parker can kick a goal. And it's a magnificent goal from a long way out. And now, North Geelong. Wait till the scoreboard comes.
Yep, 3-4 North Geelong, 2-3 to Winchelsea. Can't you? We've gone almost 20 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard, Grub.
Well, as soon as he got it, I thought, well, there's a few blokes that can kick that distance, but you know he can. So a good goal to North Geelong. They keep themselves, matter of fact, they're about 7 points in front here. And it's quite an entertaining game as umpires come in now. Up they go to bounce it. Or throw it up these days. The big fella in the ruck. Up he goes, Davis. He didn't quite get it. Terrell might have got that one. Ball hits the deck. They dive on it. No one can get it out. Pretty scrappy play. The umpires are going to let it go for a while, but in the end he says, no, give it to me. And they're still pretty much right in the centre of the ground. The ball hasn't travelled anywhere. Middle of the ground. Davis and Terrell again. Up they go. This time Davis gets a backhand hit, goes towards his teammates, but they can't pick it up. Through they come now. Winchelsea almost pick up the ball there. Now it's picked up by Swennerson. He goes to a bib. A bib sees the lead. He puts it over, and it's just a little bit too high. And great football by the Winchelsea defence as they come out now towards the centre back position. Parrish goes up for the ball. Ball goes over the top, and he picks it up and butters up well. Puts it over there to Church. Gets it over, puts that in the forward line. Oh, a bit of a push. No. Umpire says there was no push there. And a good mark to Indy Parish. Only about 20 metres out directly in front and shouldn't miss from there. Did he give him a push or you reckon that was all right?
He leaned into him. I suppose you can feel that good. As I said before, there's probably forward technique, I suppose, these days, Grub. I think if you extend your arms, you're in trouble. He didn't really.
Well, he didn't do that, no. And if he was with his arm and shoulder, I'm fine with it. No worries. Umpire was right on the spot. So, if it was a dead set push, he'd have paid it. So in he comes now. Parrish puts it in towards the goals. It goes straight through the middle. Umpire didn't even bother to move. And they now move on to 3-3. And they trail North Geelong 3-4 on the Buckley's Entertainment scoreboard.
Yes, that was some good play there. As I said, they've been able to bring the ball down the field. Getting involved through the middle of the ground, Parrish has been excellent. So there's a number of them, as you said, Grub 3 on each side. So Parish one side, but they just they've been able to move the ball down the field, and that's been the important thing for them, I think.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
Some clear play. We're back in the middle. Just waiting for the umpire to get it back.
He's struggling, isn't he?
So back in the middle this
Might
time.
have a
Davis
bit of a warm up before the game, maybe. Might have taken it out himself.
He's back on his mark now.
Davis and Terrell this time. Up we go. Davis first touch, beautiful tap down to Swenson, clearing kick forward now towards Vaughan, able to get the best position, unable to get the hands to the ball in the end, so into the hands of Winch, and a great tap out there, moving inbound now, so clearing kick forward, going to be towards Gould, fantastic mark taken as well, so looking for the man running past, there it is, the handball to Parrish right under the 50-metre line, beautiful kick forward, line, no mark taken, no free kick paid. So that one's going to roll through for a behind. Going to take Winchelsea to 3-4-22, North Geelong 3-4-22. We are 23 minutes into the Buckley's Entertainment first quarter, and if that had went through, it would have been one for the ages, Grub.
You betcha it would have.
So Swenson now with the kick in.
Would have been almost a Kempy Engineering read the player of the day.
And coming broadcast side now. So Davis the target, no hands to that one, so it's going to roll over the back. Beecroft unable to pick that one up, so that one's rolled across the line just in front of us here. We'll have a throw in now, 25 metres around from the 50 arc on the broadcast side.
Get up on the game, Mum! Yeah, big thumbs up from Keats. Get on your son. He's a great man, you know. A great, great man.
Davis gets front position. Good tap out the back, headed towards Swenson. Unable to get picked up. Penny unable to pick it up as well. Now to Harris with the quick hands out to Gemmell. Gemmell dropped the ball there, but he's gone back in for it.
He's had it for a long time.
Very long time. Palmed it off to Luke Swenson, I believe. And we'll have a throw up now. Inside the centre square.
North Geelong coach's box. What's going on here? I think he's got an earring or something, has he? Or...
He's got... Yep. Off the ground, get rid of the bling bling, come back in 5.
I don't know why you'd wear it out there in the first place.
Did he have a...
I think it was
piercing or something?
Yeah, I think so. But you can't wait for him. You've got to keep the game going.
Umpire saw it shining in the sun, said, see you later, son.
The ruckman's come off, and Sampi, who's not a real big bloke, has gone on. So had a bit of a disadvantage.
So Brown will do the ruck work for Winch, and Davis with a foot over top of that gets tapped down towards Swenson. Only picked up. Penny missed it as well. Now it's out that far side, I believe. Harville was the man in front there. Wrapped up and holding the ball has been paid. Sorry, it was Williams out there. So Desnoy with the free kick now, right on the centre circle. Weighing up his options. A good lead from Habib, not taken. Lead from Parker, not taken. He's going to go the long bomb to the hot spot. Oh, no, just outside 50 now. So BJ O'Toole with a great mark out in front. He's going to be about 65 out on this broadcast bench side. Who's your next target?
Well, probably just too far out for Billy.
Ignored Pask there, but now he's kicked it to him one-on-one. Not a great option there. So that one's been punched across by the Winch defender. We'll have a throw in now about 15 metres around. It's a bit slow on that kick in. Just missed Pask on the lead and then had to put it on his head. So Pask nominating, and I believe Cassidy Parish potentially up there. So Pask front position, grabs the ball out of the ruck, but wrapped up quickly. Handball now for Winch. Cleared out there by Caleb Brown, another handball, and then got a free kick.
The umpire didn't actually signal what for, so I don't know what it was for.
Is it Cook? I think it's Cook.
So we'll go with Cook. He's going to have the free kick here. Kicking out of the fence. Got a bit close to Habib, who nearly got a hand on that. Now Davis should be the biggest man here. Unable to get it. Just sort of fell out the back there. Sammy Reynolds in a great position. Just fell into his hands. So right on centre wing. He's going to go back across the ground to Charlie Farrell. So middle of the ground. Now heading up. Looking for his next option. And he's done himself an absolute mischief there. Took off a bit more than he could chew. Wrapped up quickly there by Jack Sampy, who's gone around and turned inside and a beautiful kick in. Marked now by Cam Primer, who's going to be kicking from about 45 out, 30-degree angle. Just wasn't as quick on his feet as he thought he was there, Farrell.
Well, he's kicked a few this year, this young fella.
So he starts his mark about 60 metres and he'll run into about 45. Confident?
Oh, I'm reasonably confident. He's a nice kick.
In he comes now. Boot to ball, solid kick, plenty of distance, plenty of accuracy, beautiful kick, straight over the umpire's head for Cam Primer. Takes Winchelsea to 4 goals, 4-28. North Geelong 3 goals, 4-22. We are 28 minutes into the Buckley's Entertainment first quarter.
Well, I was probably wrong. He said he was a pretty good kick. That was an absolutely beautiful kick. Umpire never moved, dead straight. And that's in a tight, close, hard game. They both had their chances. You know, North Geelong had it down there with BJ to Pask, and they never scored at all. And Winchelsea got it up there and had one crack at it and kicked a goal to give them a 6-point lead at nearly 27 minutes, 28 minutes into the first quarter. So I hope it's like this all day, boys.
Yeah, hopefully, as I said, I thought in time they might get away from them, but they've been able to manage their own at the moment. So the ball from the middle of the ground, picked out there. Davis, he had a second go at it, goes back towards Brown, strong over the ball, and he's now on top of it. Umpire said he had no opportunity there to get the ball out, so its ball will come back. Another ball up just beside the cricket pitch here. Keats has done the right thing, just moved it away. Actually, it's not Keats, it's his mate. So the ball's now been thrown out. And again, picked up there, cleared away there by Isbista. He goes back into their half-forward line. Gould comes out, meets the ball, traps it now, gets away from the opponent, goes short into the pocket. Primer leads in the race for the ball, tries to get around, did that pretty nicely, does so. Great chase down from O'Brien. And umpire said that is dropping the ball. Free kick will go to Ben O'Brien in the back pocket.
Well, I reckon that couple of steps is his prior, isn't it?
Yep. So O'Brien now from the back pocket, far side of the ground, kicks out towards a bit deeper than centre wing, over the top. Huff comes over the top and has a good grab out there. So he's going to put them straight back into attack. Goes back towards the top of the square where it's dangerous. Ball out the back, and a mark has been taken. Parrish was in the front, but the mark has been taken out the back. Could be Adams, is it? I'm not 100% sure who's got the ball. So from almost top of the goal square here, marginally further out, Winchelsea with another opportunity to kick another goal. Comes in, kicks the goal. Umpire does not move once again, and I'm pretty sure that is Adams. I'll put it down. He has his first, and that is the fifth goal for Winchelsea there. 5-4. They lead North Geelong on 3 goals 4. And 30 minutes tick by in this first quarter.
Well, a couple of goals in red time, and they're very, very important goals because at a very, very even quarter, they've now got a couple of goal lead at quarter time, and that might really help them for the rest of the game. So North Geelong got to make sure here that they just don't let another one go through. And I reckon you're right. It is Adams. Had a big knee bandage on the last time I saw him. I thought, I'll be able to pick him. Well, he's taken it off. I think he might have played into league too.
Davis and Terrell now up. Davis tapped down far to the far side. Desnoy picked it up but unable to get hands to it. So now wrapped up quickly was Alma. We'll have a ball up now just outside the centre circle. So Davis tapped down again to Luke Swenson, I believe, this time. Wrapped up quickly again. Very contested in there this time.
I think you're right the first time. I think it was Corey Allen.
Yeah, he's got long sleeves. Luke Swinson's got short.
Yep. So Davis again tapped down to Winch. So Terrell able to get the hands out and a good kick forward now and a great mark out front. By Curvis, I believe that one is. So it was a fantastic mark in front of Luke Parker there.
A little bit lucky he wasn't called for the throw, the big fella.
So kick to centre wing this time out this side. Fantastic mark again by Caleb Brown. He's showed some good work around the ground this far. Kick forward now, just out in front of Primer, unable to get hands to it, but a free kick paid for a hold, which was there. So Primer now kick forward, seeing Parrish run. Not a great kick, but
Well, actually, it was a great kick.
yeah, it worked out very well. So Parrish was running hard into the goal square, and Primer just put it just around behind him. Parrish able to turn and get around Swenison. So he'll take a shot here from about 45 out as well. Going to be on a 35, 40 degree angle. So another good testing kick here. Looks like Winch have got a bit of speed across the ground, Grub. How does that play out?
Yeah, they definitely have. And the thing is, too, after 1-3, they've now kicked 4-1. So they've got themselves on target.
Parrish coming in now.
50-metre penalty. Doesn't matter because it's a goal anyway.
A beautiful kick again, Parrish there. So that takes Winchelsea to 6-4-40 to North Geelong. 3 goals, 4-22. 33 minutes in the Blackies Entertainment first quarter.
Killed the water boys.
I don't know what the 50 was for. Whether it was doing something on the mark or was throwing grass.
Throwing grass.
I'll tell you what, throwing grass. I don't know what's wrong with Keats today. Throwing grass, 50-metre penalty, kicking a bloke off with an earring. He's got all pedantic in his old age. But rules are rules. You've got to follow them.
Is that a rule? Since when's that been a rule?
What?
Throwing grass in the air is 50 metres.
Well, only if you throw it at a player.
That's what I would have thought.
I thought he threw it straight up. Yeah.
He did. Bit different when you're kicking.
Yeah, but if you're standing on the mark, I don't think there's really any need to throw grass up, is there?
I've got no idea. Might be helping out which direction the wind's blowing.
I'm going to have a look in the rule book during the week.
Righto, back in the middle we go once again. Ruckman going again. Davis tries to win his blind ball. He does so, goes outside. Good handball out there from Riccardi, who actually went the wrong way there. Now there's a sling tackle. And a free kick's going to go to Riccardi if the ball is driven forward by Isbista.
I don't know if it was a sling tackle. I think he might have actually slung him after he got rid of it, maybe. There's a sling tackle you can get reported.
Oh, the siren sounded. There you go. I didn't even hear the siren. So at quarter time, the ball is going to go back to the umpires. And at quarter time, it is Winchelsea 6 goals 4. They lead North Geelong 3-4. Goal kickers for the home side. Indy, Kellery, and Cassidy Parish all have one. Indy, Cassidy, and Finn Parish all have 1. Gould 1, Primer 1, and Davis, Sam Adams, with 1. Going well here. North Geelong. Vaughan 1, Parker 1, and Bowles 1. So take a short break, come back, get scores from around the grounds. You've been listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Welcome back. As we said, a pretty close game in the early part. Winchelsea able to get some late goals, which is able to get them away to a 18-point lead at the present time. Just looking at scores from around the grounds at present time. Thompson 117, Trail, Bannockburn 7-3-45, Anarchy 2 straight goals, 12-5, 2-32 the Werribee side. Geelong West 3-1-19, lead Belmont Lions 2-3. Inverleigh 3-3-21, Trail East Geelong on 5-3-33, and Corio 4 straight goals, lead Bellpost Hill 2-6. So a little couple of surprises there at this stage, but we're only early stages of the day. We'll see what happens in the remaining 3 quarters. Grub, a pretty interesting contest here so far.
Well, it's more than interesting contest. It's a really good game of footy. You know, so a lot of times we've come and said over the last few weeks it's been a little scrappy, and it's been a bit scrappy at times, but you know, it's been a pretty good game, ball going from end to end. And probably the difference is that when it goes from end to end, Winchelsea end up scoring and then North Geelong didn't, which gives them a couple of goal lead. But look, you know, it's very hard to pick good players because it's about everybody did, you know, something. I thought the 3 Parish brothers were all very, very good for Winchelsea. Brown, he's coming back, and I think he's going to be a real danger. Gould looked dangerous at times. Grimmer, again, dangerous at times. And I think at North Geelong, Charlie Farrell was good. Desnoy was pretty good. BJ looked a bit dangerous too. It was good to see him getting a few touches. He looked pretty good. And look, it's hard to see what North Geelong can do. That they have to get it in their scoring zone and kick goals. And I know they've kicked the 3 goals, but I reckon they had more opportunities than that. Whereas Winchelsea did early, but they changed. Like during the call, they were 1-3, and now they've kicked 5-1. And I think that's probably the difference between it is you know 3 goals for that. That could have been pretty close. It could have been only a goal in it. And I think when you look at the across the ground, it looks pretty close. And to have a 3-goal lead, very, very beneficial because they look pretty even throughout the ground, Smithy.
Yeah, they've been able to, as I said, it's been a game that sort of ebbed and flowed a little bit. As I said, I know with North Geelong making so many changes, it's just going to be hard. And I know Peter Riccardi came over and said you're having trouble picking out the players. Well, even when your ball's going forward, I don't know whether we're having trouble, but I'd like to know what the players are actually experiencing out there at the ground as well. Because, as I said, you pick the ball up and look up quickly and you see colours. I don't know. I don't know whether it's easier for them, but it's damn hard for us in here, I think.
Yeah, I think it's pretty hard for them too. I honestly think, and it's not a whinge, I honestly think that normally the away side wear the white shorts. But I think if Winchelsea are going to change their jumper from what they normally wear, they probably should have wore white shorts. But at least one of the sides white shorts just gives you a little bit more.
Yeah, it should have been some sort of communication there, I would have thought. But
yeah, and well, I didn't even realise, which is probably my fault. I didn't look into it hard enough. I should have realised that they were going to wear the Geelong jumpers. But I think, as I say, they probably should have had the white shorts because it would have made it easy, not just for the commentators, but for the players as well.
Yeah, and the coaches on the sidelines, I reckon they must be having the same issues. So, but anyway, that's can't change that now because that's the way it's been set up. We just hope that North Geelong can obviously get themselves back in. There's a couple of players there that, you know, they just need to get themselves involved in the contest. You know, Habib's been pretty good for him. I think he's one play. I know you're trying to rob Peter to play Paul, but he might have to spend a little bit more time through their half forward, maybe just to give him a few more chances to kick goals because if Riccardi's not doing it, then they're really struggling to do it. Vaughan's been good. We know that if Lukey Park, as you said, can get a kick anywhere near 50 or above, he's going to have a shot at goal and he's not going to worry about any sort of distance. So they've got some scoring options there, but they obviously just need to get the ball in a little bit easier and a little bit slower, a little bit, I suppose, looking at that player leading at them rather than going long because I don't think they've got much height down there, whereas the marking strength of Winchelsea's defence has been pretty good so far.
Best on the ground in the twos. Rory Priddle.
I think for me, the most impressive part of Winchelsea's game this far has been their pressure when North Geelong have tried to move out of the back line. They've been able to get a few turnovers, some good tackles in. They've been able to just keep it in their forward half compared to being able to get that easy run sort of out of the back line and around the ground. So I think if Winchelsea can keep that pressure up, that's going to go a long way for them as well.
I think you'll learn a lot in the first 5 minutes. If Winchelsea can kick 2 or 3 goals in the first 5 minutes without North Geelong scoring, it's a long, long way back.
Yes, and we'll soon know because second quarter's not too far away from starting here. As we said, all players are in their positions once again.
And we know North can run the game out because their best football last week was played in the last 5 minutes of the third quarter and the whole of the last quarter.
Yeah, so they've got some.
Well, the players they had on the park last week could.
Yes.
4 or 5 of them missing this week.
Yeah, and as I said, the ones they bring up in the twos might have had that same hit out that they would have expected. But anyway, they're out there, they're competing, they're doing okay at the present time. Ball in the air this time. Davis brings the ball down to ground. Again, at ground level, it needs to be picked up. And working hard inside as Williams gets the ball forward into their half-forward line. And there's a free kick. Will it be paid?
No,
I don't think so. It was well held up, and that was Church that had the ball. Good tackle there by Swenison. So again, it's centre forward, true centre forward this time for the Winchelsea side. The ball again, both ruckmen had the first go at it. Ball comes out of that contest now. Picked up by Swennerson. That's Luke. Gets the ball outside, goes out towards the half-back line. Again, he chases after his own kick. Was nearly going to be the first one to arrive there, but it's been picked up by Penny. Penny from the just defensive side of things delivers the ball forward. Mark has been taken out there by Vaughan. So he's got the ball just inside, the attacking end, goes out wide towards BJ. Unfortunately, the kick wasn't great. And it goes over the boundary line. And was it touched before it was?
Well, they're signalling a throw in the field umpire, but the boundary umpire wants to have a chat.
I think BJ got a hand to it before it went over.
Well, that's what he's claiming, and that's what's going to happen now because the umpire's thrown it in already. Ball from Terrell comes out the back and picked up there by Parrish, taken out of the contest there. Again, picked up Riccardi. He lost the ball also. Ball now in heavy traffic, picked up by Cassidy Parrish, trying to get his way through. I don't know whether he handled that correctly anyway, but it's been a free kick and it's going to go to North Geelong. And the free kick's going to go out there and it will be taken by Penny once again. So Noah Penny in between wing and half forward, goes into their forward line, out the back. Finn Parrish is back there to lend support. BJ O'Toole intercepts that handball, goes short towards Des Noy. Umpire didn't get there on the ball and had no prior opportunity to get rid of the ball after it.
Or was it not 15?
No, I reckon it might have been.
I think it might have bounced.
Just a little
half volley.
Yep. So the ball now from that ruck contest comes out. It's Winchelsea to win possession of it. They go back towards their boundary line, back towards Parrish once again, but a little bit wide. And it goes over the boundary line. That's the play we were talking about before, was it? Matty Wallen, the runner for the Winchelsea Blues.
Is it really?
Right here. Yep.
Yeah, good player, Matty. Very good player.
So again, thrown back in from that forward blocker position. Out the back, the ball is brought. So numbers are there with Winchelsea. Handball goes across the face of goal. Dangerous towards Gemmell because he couldn't get it on the full. Now it sits at, picked up there was Bertucci. He couldn't get it out clearly. Again, Winchelsea win possession of it. It's been put through. Parrish tries to force his way through. I think he tried to take it out of his teammate's hand then because he didn't know who it was. Picked up and cleared away, and that was nicely done out there by Walsh. Goes out wide towards the middle of the ground now. It's some pace out there from Sampi. Picks it up, goes back on the right foot. Went over the top by hand, though, into the hands of Parrish. Back over the top to Sampi, and they manoeuvre that pretty nicely through the contest. Comes back inside, picked up there by Walsh. It goes into their forward line. Couldn't be picked up by Gould. Reynolds is there. He picks the ball up, gets out the back. Again, handball went astray. Now to the hands of James. Looks back inside. Kick is okay. And the mark has been taken out there by Sampi once again. So Sampi now with an opportunity to put the first on the board in the second quarter. We've gone 3 minutes, and this will be the first real opportunity for either side to score.
Gee, he had a fair bit in that play, didn't he, Sam? He touched the ball 3 or 4 times in about 30 seconds.
So he's now got the ball in about a kick of about 40 metres. So he comes in towards goal. Kicks at goal. Won't make the distance. And it's been forced through for a minor score. So Winchelsea now move to 6-5 and 3-4 North Geelong. The ball to be brought back into play, Charlie Farrell.
So Farrell now out to Swennerson on the 50. Looks like they'll come this side. So next kick down the line going to be to Swennerson as well.
Tommy to Zach.
Tommy to Zach, correct. So trying to.
Where's Luke?
He's made the lead.
There's a lead. So out to Davis and Terrell now.
That's a good mark. He's played on. He's not trying to pay it. I'm bugging if I know why.
Must have been a finger in there somewhere. But
in a pack mark, I don't think that should count. I think that's a mark.
Yeah, it was a mark for me for Cassidy Paris. Great effort there. So Davis and Terrell now in the ruck. Davis tapped down. Clearing punch as well. So out towards Vaughan, but not able to be picked up. So Winchelsea with it now. Turn back to Vaughan, back to Riccardi, and a kick forward. And a great mark taken there.
Bertucci
it was, yes, correct. So unable to get good clearance there and into the hands of Walsh. Walsh with a handball out, but no time, no space out there for Aaron Cook. So he's wrapped up right on the 50. We'll have a throw in now. North Geelong end. So be Terrell and
Govis.
correct, Govis, yeah. So Govers with a tap down. Swenson with a kick inbound towards Alma, unable to get hands to it. So Winchelsea now the ball. Click forward from just inside 50. So they're going to go by hand in over to Parrish. Parrish with a kick forward now, past halfway, but turned back to Cooper Pascal, was able to get the mark out that far side. So kick now over to Farrell, just on the far side wing. So he wants to come back into the middle. So he's come all the way across. So Braden Orr with the mark this side, going to come out to Sam Reynolds. It's pretty much centre wing out on the broadcast side now. Goes back into the middle, over the head of Ricardo, though. Not a great kick, so going to go to Caleb Brown, who gets the run going to Ruben James. Gets a hand foot back now to Parrish. Parrish with a clearing kick outside, and that one's going to run straight to the boundary. And no touch there, so that'll be a lasso now. And straight inbound from Ricardo, I believe. So into Swenson. Swenson on centre wing, looking at his options. So he's coming down the line to Davis. Possibly interfered with there, but Gover's able to get mark out the back and clicks forward to a dangerous spot, but not a great kick. Not a great kick at all. So Bertucci unable to get to that one. So now Winch on the far side, kicking up towards centre wing, aimed for Sam Adams. So out that side, he's played on straight away and running out that far wing. Taken one bounce and now looking at his options forward, kicks it inside 50 to Gould. Unable to get the mark, so now and it's smothered there by Winchelsea. So Winch with the ball, kick forward, and Church, I believe, who got the kick over the far side, comes towards Bowes, though, for North Geelong. Handball at the back. And I have no idea what's happened
It
there.
was smothered and I'm through the rush behind.
Okay, so a rush behind there for North Geelong, or for Winchelsea by North Geelong, sorry. So it takes Winchelsea to 6-6-42, North Geelong 3-4-22. We are 7 minutes into the Elders Insurance second quarter.
Ball is brought back in outside, and they go towards Govers. He's got the hand on the ball, went over the boundary line, I think, and that's gone over the boundary for a throw in. So that'll take place right in front of the club rooms here.
Just needed to get two hands on that one, Smitty. This one-handed stuff, that's only for
The good ones.
the real good players to take them here.
So the ball thrown back in again. Davis doing the front work. Brown's there with him. Ball comes to the front. Picked up Swenson. Forced his way through. Did he get the handball out?
No, he didn't.
No. And it's going to go to Cassidy Parrish. So he's got the ball again. Just maybe attacking side of centre wing for him. For Winchelsea, and he goes longer into their forward line. Gould's the player that he's looking for, but that's a great intercept mark out there. Might have been Beecroft that came across.
Yep.
And he has taken the mark. So Beecroft now goes back with his kick. Wasn't a great kick, was dangerous, but he's found his teammate in Reynolds. Reynolds goes across the ground. That's a better
kick, Sammy.
It's in the hands of O'Brien now. O'Brien along the boundary line. Farrell's got himself well positioned, took the ball, took him on and got away from him. Little kick towards centre wing. Vaughan intercepts the mark there, and he will steady himself down. Goes back inside towards Swenson. Their movement's been pretty good here. They've got a player outside. Kick had to be good. It was to Riccardi. And again, players running outside now. That kick wasn't as great. Made all work for the ball. It's going to go over the boundary line.
Oh, it's pushed him.
Well, it's either a push. The free kick going to go here.
So the North Geelong bench not happy with the contact there after obviously umpire not in a great position to see it. And a free kick now to Williams from Winch.
I thought there was a push.
There's definitely a push. Obviously didn't have the angle and couldn't see what happened there.
Probably a little bit dangerous being so close to the fence. That's one of the reasons. So Williams gets the ball now and he goes along the boundary line, and ball's going to be knocked over the boundary line.
Well, the reason he pushed him was so he wouldn't get a touch on it, so they get a last touch free kick.
Correct.
But I thought he pushed him. I'll have a look during the week, but I thought he pushed him.
So the ball now thrown back in. Again, ball going to be out the back there. Davis taps it to end. Swenson's got the handball away to Desnoy. He was tackled, didn't have the ball. Picked up out there at Cardi. He lost it. Ball now at ground level. So Winchelsea now trying to kick the ball off the ground. They do so through Carver. Gets a little bit further down the ground. Coming through with Sampi. He was tackled without the ball. It looks like he's going to win a free kick. So free kick will go to Sampi just outside their 50. Which the next kick's an important one. Goes forward. That's a great looking kick out in front. Mark not taken out there. Parrish is there. in support again. Ball now at ground level. Beecroft working hard along with Swinnerson. Sits underneath the player. Now it's going to be a free kick given, I think, here. Umpires indicated that it was a drag in by the looks of it. So it's going to go to Beecroft. And again, he goes backwards to Reynolds. Reynolds will transfer play like he did last time. No, not at this stage. Been called to play on. He's going to go back to Beecroft. So the ball is back in the same spot as it started. Now Beecroft will come club room side of the ground. Goes outside looking for Desnoy. He's in front.
Was that a push?
Umpire.
Yes, he's paid a push now.
And there's going to be a free kick going the other way. And this time the free kick goes to James. So he goes quickly back into their forward line, coming out. Not picked up cleanly out there by any player at this stage. Kick around the body, goes back towards the goal. It's through for a minor score. And I'm just trying to see who that player was. That was now 6-7 now to Winchelsea, 3-4 to North Geelong. Yeah, it could have been Church by the looks of it. I think it was Church. He's got the long socks and the... So ball goes out to the back pocket. Again, Reynolds makes some good ground out there. Kicks along the boundary line. Mark wasn't taken. Ball goes through the hands and it's out of bounds. At the 11-minute mark of this second quarter, 6-7-43, Winchelsea 3-4-22 North Geelong.
Must be said, the coach's box has still got to be quiet. You don't want to give a free kick away. You do not want to do that.
Will only make it harder for the blokes out
there.
there.
Yeah, too right it does. And it comes now. The big fellas in the ruck. Davis and Terrell. No one can get it. It's not a great throw, and the ball hits the deck. A couple of players get on it, but Rory Desnoy grabs the footy. He goes up towards the centre half forward, or wing position, I should say, out on the outer side of the ground. Bertucci was in there, but he couldn't get hold of it. And now the Winchelsea defence had the ball taken off him, but a bad kick in and a nice easy mark there. And Winchelsea will come away again over to James. James probably gets a chop of the arms, and the umpire says he did just that. Got a bit of pace, James. He comes around towards the wing position for Winchelsea. That gets a good shepherd. Nice little kick in there. And the mark is then taken by Cook. Cook now on the wing position for Winchelsea. Puts it down towards the half-full flank. I'll tell you what, he's gone too far. That's an absolute shocker of a kick. And he puts it straight into the canteen. And a free kick will now go to North Geelong for out in the full. And that was a shocker. Unbelievable. Luke Swinnerson. He's going to take the resultant free kick, and he just kicks it long down the line. Don't know who he's looking for, but it almost a good mark. I think it might have been Cooper Vaughan, but he couldn't quite hold it. And in comes the boundary umpire, who just happens to be the best boundary umpire in the competition. Comes in, throws it in. Shut up, Smithy. The holding decision's got to go to Big Davis, you would think, and it has. Davis gets a quick handball to Tom Swinnerson. Swinnerson goes up towards the half-forward flank for North Geelong. No one can take the mark. Ball hits the deck. It's close to the boundary line. A little bit of a push. Don't play that one, Keats, for God's sake. And the ball goes over the line and out of bounds for a throw-in. It was a little bit of a push. I think the North Geelong box would have gone up. In it comes now. Thrown in by the boundary umpire. Gets a tap out. Goes to Desnoy. Desnoy from North Geelong puts it into the forward pocket, but sitting under it. And a really nice, good mark there by Carver. Carver plays on. He's out there. He's looking for Isbister. Isbister was predominant early. Puts it over towards the wing position on the outer side of the ground. And there's been a whistle, and it's a free kick to North Geelong. Did it go over? Was it one of them? I don't know.
Yeah, it was a lasso.
Okay, so Zach Swinnerson is passed to Zach Swinnerson, and he's got the ball on the outer wing now. Zach Swinnerson puts the ball into the half-forward flank. Under pressure there, and no one can take the mark, and the ball will roll over the line and bounce. And that one has got to be a throw-in.
Yep.
I'm going to understand this rule one day, Smithy. Okay, another whistle. No. Here it comes now. Big Davis takes it out of the ruck. He gets tackled. Could have been holding the ball. Play on to the umpire. Give him a fair chance at it. And the ball again rolls over the line and out of bounds. A little bit of push and shove there. Don't worry about that, fellas.
He's a bit sore, Davis, too.
Matter of fact, he's still down.
Can't afford to lose him.
No. Although I think the best football I've seen Pask play for the year was actually in the ruck.
He's up and about, which is a good thing. So the ruckman now is standing back, but it's a contest on the far side of the ground. Goes back towards the boundary line. Picked up by Pascoe. Over the top he goes to Parrish.
He said that's a throw, did he?
He obviously indicated that's what it was. So it's a free kick going to go out there. It's going to be Corey Elmer will be the recipient of it. So he's going to look to drive the ball into their half-forward line. Des Noyes in that position. He takes the mark. Still a kicking a bit from goal. So his delivery now will be good. He goes on the left boot into the forward line. Wasn't a great kick out the back, and then going to turn around and it's going to be cleared away by Walsh. Goes back outside or into the middle of the ground. It's been kept alive out there. Coming through with Swennerson, and umpire's blown the whistle. Now, it's a high but it's going the other way first. And it's going to go to Winchelsea from the middle of the ground. And again, the kick goes in long and quick towards Gould. Out the back, the ball comes down. Farrell, nice clean pick up. Good hands out the back. And some good smart work there. Ball has been pushed through for a rush behind. And that will move Winchelsea along now to 6 goals, 8, 3-4, still North Geelong.
That's a long, long way away down there. But is that Boston Riccardi down in the back?
Yep.
It was.
Yep. So again, it's going to be brought back in from the fullback position. Sammy Reynolds doing the kicking in this time. So he comes clubroom side of the ground. Kick wasn't great. The mark has been taken out there by Bolsh. So he would think would be in range. It was only a short kick out, so he could go back and shoot for goal.
Where's Charlie Farrell?
He's in there somewhere. I think he's down the bottom.
Send the runner out. He takes the kick-ins.
So Bolsh plays on now and goes back towards the top of the goal square. Good spoil from behind. Ball comes to ground. Again, Winchelsea with some numbers around the contest. He's going to get himself into trouble there. Ball ends up there in the hands of Cassidy. Well, no, it wasn't. It was Indy Parrish. Ball goes out the back. It was Houston that delivered the ball back towards the goal. I think we got some distance on it, but it has been touched just before and over through a minor score. So 6-9 now to Winchelsea.
You've got your wish, the Crab.
Yeah, that should have happened last time.
And 3-4 North Geelong. So Charlie Farrell does bring the ball in. He goes out
That's
wide.
why.
And the mark has been taken out there by Swennerson. This is Luke. He goes back inside and he has Boston Riccardi in that space. So he's going to come towards centre wing. Goes looking for O'Toole. Got a little bit too much on it this time. And again, the ball drifts over the boundary line out. And the full free kick going to Winchelsea. And Houston once again. So Houston now got some shorter options, but he decides to go a little bit longer. And again, that's going to be pretty close to the boundary line again. O'Brien couldn't take the mark. It's been forced over. Yes, it has. We're going to have a throw in. So at 18 minutes into the Elders Insurance second quarter, Winchelsea 6-9. They lead North Geelong on 3 goals, 4.
Ball in now. And Dover's able to get the tap forward, but quickly picked up there by James. So James throws it on the boot. Pulled it a bit tight though, so point there for Winchelsea takes them to 6 goals, 10. And who's taking the kick out? Not Charlie Farrell. Sammy Reynolds, is it?
No.
Better be a good one, Sammy. Not sure where to go. He's going to come this broadcast side now, so... Oh, good contest there by Charlie Farrell, though, at this far side. Desnoy with a pick-up and handball. That's Swennerson. Bit slow with it, though, unable to get the handball back. So Winchelsea now, through Bolsh, get the kick into the forward line, but quickly marked there by Benny O'Brien. So try again. O'Brien out to the far side to Reynolds out there. Gets the next kick up the line to, not sure who that one was. Was it Pask out there? It's a kick forward towards Vaughan anyway. So Vaughan now with it on the far side, almost at centre wing. There's just not a lot of movement forward for North. They're really struggling to get it out of that back line. But high and long now. Parker, main target, but Winch able to drop back into that one. And I've got a whistle now.
It was actually Kaya Henderson.
So Winchelsea now with a free kick. Up to the middle, but a terrible kick there. Straight back to Cooper Vaughan where it came from previously. Luke Swennerson's all by himself screaming for it in the middle, but quickly manned up, gave himself away. Vaughan still just unable to find a target out the far side. So long down the line is the go. Habib's gone up very early. Got hands to it.
Got hands to it. What's the free kick for?
You cannot pay that a free kick is unrealistic when you got 2 hands to it.
Got 2 hands to it, unless he put his hands on the shoulders.
I think he's called a push. But pretty stiff.
I think that's play on.
So a free kick now for Williams out the far side. Long down the line again. Terrell, first one there, but unable to get hands to it. So we've got a tackle out that far side. We'll have a ball out there, right in front of the scoreboard on the far side wing. So Govus, Govus and Terrell are the ruckman. We've got another free kick paid for a push.
I didn't think Davis had eyes on the ball then. He actually jumped into a player.
Went to play on quickly, called back. So Govus now has the ball. The centre wing kicks it central down the ground. Sammy Reynolds front position, able to get hands on it. Parrish over the back, gets a quick fist to it, and then gets the ball back and gets a snap towards goal. But marked out there by Swenison, about 30 metres out directly in front of goal. This is where they're struggling, so need to see some spread from North Geelong here. So out to Swenison now.
A bit like the Vancouver brothers.
Zach Variety. So he goes far side. Not a great kick.
Well, that's a free.
It is a free, absolutely. It was just a bit
That hurt too, I think.
too much air on that kick from Swenison. So Desnoy was the target, but cleaned up on that far side. So we've got a free kick paid out there now, and 50 as well.
Didn't see what the 50 was for.
No.
But a big help for North because that next kick's the one that's been struggling for him. So this one should penetrate deep. Got to be out this side all by himself. But Desnoy leads forward now. Gets a good penetrating kick deep into the forward line, and a fantastic mark taken there by Jordan Bertucci.
Well, it's turned out all right, but I thought it was a pretty good lead by Habib to switch play in the middle of the ground. He would have had a free passage into the goals. But
so we've got Bertucci now, probably kicking from about 40 on the very far side. Be just outside the boundary line as he runs in. So tough angle, but put on a good show last week. Grub.
He kicked 4 last week. He was very, very good early. Struggled a bit today, early. So let's see if he can get himself on the board.
I think wind blowing across the ground, so he needs to go to the post, but looks like he's just going to centre that one. No, he's gone. Oh,
it's either a point or Luke Parker.
It's got to be a fantastic grab for Luke Parker. He plays on, runs around, and puts it through for a goal. Fantastic work there, Lukey Parker. Well done. So that takes us to 4-4 North Geelong, Winchelsea 6-10. We're 23 minutes into the second quarter, brought to you by Elders Insurance.
Well, they did it the hard way. They went very, very wide on the boundary line. But I think the big mistake there by Winchelsea, you've got to make sure that Parker can't come from behind, the player of his ability, and take a mark like that. And they teach you these days, stand right in front of him, but they gave him a couple of steps. And you give him a couple of steps in that position, and he'll mark it, and he'll go, which is exactly what he did.
Does make it hard. You just want a contest down there. That's all it has to be.
Yeah, even if you back into him and make sure that he doesn't get those 2 steps to jump. They've had double the shots, Winch. 16 to 8.
They both scored 6 points for the quarter.
Wow. Yeah.
Ball's just starting to be bringing back to the middle of the ground now.
Where are we going?
23.
Oh, I'm starving. The line at the cane was that long. I never got anything to eat.
It's all right, Grub. I reckon you'll make up for it when you get in there.
Oh, you reckon I will? You bet I will.
So we're back with the umpire again. Govers is in there doing some ruck work now. Terrell should have the height advantage. He gets up over the top, brings the ball down to ground, leading the race with the ball. Elmer picks the ball up, got the handle outside, but only as far as Parrish runs inside 50. The easiest shot he would have had. He's hit the behind post on the full, so a free kick will go to North Geelong.
That should have been all over Red Rover, that one.
You would have thought that was straight through the middle. Nice bit of interception work there from Cassidy Parrish, but just couldn't finish his work. Goes now with Swenison. He goes out long, goes outside 50, back towards centre wing. Elmer was there. Mark not taken. Again, ball going to come back into their forward 50. Mark will be taken out there, and this time Church takes the mark. So he has got the ball, I reckon, right on about the 50-metre line.
He reckons he can kick it.
Couldn't pull his socks up much higher.
He's up to his shorts. So the gal decides to go long. That's a nice looking kick towards the goal square, and a mark has been taken this time. I reckon that's Gould down there in the goal square. And he has taken the mark, and from straight in front will go back and kick the goal. So he's got his second goal of the afternoon, and the 7th now for Winchelsea. They are 7 goals 10. They lead North Geelong on 4 goals 4. And we've gone, I reckon, 25 minutes in this Elders Insurance second quarter.
Well, the same thing there with North Geelong. The defence just allowed him to take that mark. He tried to push back, but Gould put his hands on the bloke in front of his back, which is allowed these days. He didn't push him, but you're allowed to rest your hands on him, I think. 'Cause it was almost a push, but once he had himself in that position, he was always going to just nudge him out, turn around, mark the footy, and of course that's an easy goal for him. I think he's won the tackle medal before himself, hasn't he? Jordan Gould. I reckon
a couple of years back.
I reckon you'll find he tied with Carmelo Saliba.
All right, there you go. You would be you're the guru on the.
I'm never.
So once again, back in the middle of the ground we go. This time Swenison, actually it wasn't Swenison that had the ball, but the ball's been going to the half-forward line. Church leads in the race for the ball once again. Can't pick the ball up. He's working hard at ground level. Picked up by Farrell. Did he get the handball away? Umpire said there's a high tackle there. And what's he going to do?
He's not going to turn it around, is he?
I think he has.
Yes.
No, he hasn't.
No.
Just having to talk to Charlie Farrell. Not too sure what that was about, but anyway, Charlie Farrell retains possession of that ball on the back defensive side of centre wing now, and he'll go the other side of centre wing, goes toward Bibb, and he takes the mark. That was okay. So Bibb now just again looking for options further down the field. One starts to present itself. He goes long into their half-forward line. O'Toole's there, but that's a good mark taken in defence out there. Could be Adams. I'm not 100% sure. Either him or Nankervis. It could even be Nankervis maybe. So now that ball is brought back towards centre wing where the ball came from. Mark not taken down there in front. Elmer has it. Got the handball over the top. Went back to O'Brien. He couldn't take it cleanly. Handball comes back inside. So again, we're working through a bit of a contest there. I think it's James that picks the ball up and goes back to their half-forward line, or with a strong fist, puts the ball back to the boundary line, picked up by Church, puts it further afield in front. Parrish is in front, takes the mark, and it must have been just inside the field of play. Looked like he was halfway up the hill there. He brings the ball back inside now. Great kick into the hands of Brown. So they're still outside 50. But a more central position now to drive the ball forward from that cricket pitch. Goes long. Vin Parrish again in best position. Didn't quite finish it off this time. Kick was smothered off the boot. Kicked off the ground through midair. And that was by Primer. He's offline through for a minor score. 7-11. They've had plenty of opportunities in the quarter, but haven't been able to kick straight. Then they lead North Geelong on 4-4. 27, almost 28 minutes gone. Els Insurance second quarter.
Just connect tell we're going to get another run there, I reckon, if that had gone through. But Charlie Farrell now, he's going to bring the ball and he's going to come to the member side of the ground. He's looking for Mitchell Bibb and finds him. And you notice every time he kicks out, it gets clean.
Beautiful kick.
And that's why he's doing the kicking out. Mitchell Bibb now, deep for the North Geelong, deep in the back pocket. He runs around. He puts the ball up towards the wing position. Anybody's ball, up they go. But almost there's been a holding free here paid. Nobody really knows who it's going to, but I reckon it's going to go to Huff, I think.
Three of them think they're getting it.
He didn't know who to give it to Bertucci, but he took too long to do it. And the umpires decided to give him 50 metres, and that'll bring Huff with him because he's a good kick. That'll bring him in with a chance of kicking a goal here. He's put him up near the 50-metre line.
Stuck the mouthguard in the shorts too.
Yeah, he's not looking. He's going to say, I'm going to have a crack from here. Gee, I tell you what. He was a bit unlucky because the only one who knew the kick was Huff. No, everyone else was claiming it, and he wasn't quite sure who to throw to. Big, long kick by Huff. It's almost gone all the way. It has gone all the way. A magnificent kick from 50 from the Huff. And that puts them on a 9-11 now. Winchelsea, bad kicking, but the 9-11 is just a little bit too far in front of North Geelong. That bloody scoreboard, 4-4-28 North Geelong. And that is on, what are we on now? The
Elders
Insurance, who are the best in the business. Smith, that was a beautiful kick.
Yeah, he did play a lot of his football earlier on when we saw him grub. I think in the forward line. He's just the last year or so he's gone back to play in defence.
Well, as soon as they gave that 50, I thought, there's a chance here.
So no Davis in for North Geelong still. So it's going to be Grovis and Terrell up here. Terrell with a good clearance over top. Down to Swenison though. Swenison with a quick kick comes out this far side. Mark not taken by Bowers. So ball out in the open here. So great clearance there by Winch through the hands of Ibista. So he's got the kick forward right into the dangerous part of the ground. Picked up there by Primer. And a kick high. Will not be a mark here. It'll be play on. So tap forward.
Oh, that's a bust.
Fantastic tap forward by Parrish to Adams, who was able to get a clear run on to the goal. Probably could have run another 15 metres and dribbled it through, but went the early shot and hit the post there. So it takes Winch to 8-12-60. 20 scoring shots for a half.
They're looking real dangerous
Very,
here.
very dangerous. Farrell with a kick out, hit Swenison beautifully, as we've called. So Swenison next kick here. This is where they're struggling. This is the danger kick. So going to come towards Desnoy, I believe, out this far side. No, over the back there. So
Punch from behind, son.
yeah. So Bertucci was the option there, and in front, able to get the mark. Handball now back to Swenison. Zach, so kick forward now.
Tommy.
Tom. Kick forward towards his brother. Just outdone on height there by Zach Ross. So Ross with the fist puts it over the line.
Gee, a goal here be handy at the 31-minute mark for North.
Yes. So Govis and Terrell again.
I think Easter beaten Inverleigh. And we're only 10 points up on Anarchy.
No,
Ball in.
he's still
Terrell's
trouble
got that clearly.
Oh.
Probably a throw there.
It's a throw.
A big cleans through the pack. Great body work there. Push forward. Got the clear and kick forward as well. No mark taken. A punch out towards the boundary. So it's going to be Brown with the pickup and wrapped up quickly, but gets a boot to the ball and then out towards Parrish. But Habib wraps him up quickly. We'll have a ball up now. At 45 out. It's great body work from Habib out here. Hit that pack hard and was able to pick it up and get that kick forward. So up we go again. Terrell with a tap again. Down to Swenison of the Luke variety. Handball out to Riccardi. This is where he's dangerous. Ball on the boot.
No, I know.
Not dangerous this time.
And siren, was that siren?
Was possibly one of the sirens. It is a siren.
Yeah, that's gone.
So at half time, I can't hear it.
I thought I just heard it.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear it at all. So it's half time here. It's Winchelsea going in at 8-12. They lead North Geelong 4-4. Goal kickers to this stage of the game. The only multi-goal kicker for the Winchelsea side is Gould. He has 2. Then we've got Indy and Cassidy Parrish both have 1 each. Primer with 1. Finn Parrish 1. Huff and Adams also with 1. And for North Geelong, they're 4 goals. Lukey Parker with 2. Vaughan and Bowl also with 1. Take a short break, come back. We'll go through everything that's happened here in the first half of football. You've been listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Desnoy has taken the mark. Too far out to score. Looking for a lead. He's put it deep into the teeth of goal. Now there's nobody home. I tell you what, I reckon it's gone through. I reckon it's gone through. And it has. And that's a long goal. And that could be a big contender, Smithy, for the Connectel. Yes, that's right, Connectel. Goal of the day.
And Gerard goes into the forward line. Coming out the ball was Robinson. Ball gets out the back. Again, ball now to be won at ground level. Winchelsea Fulton pushes the ball along the ground. Now kicks it off the ground. I'll tell you what, that's going to run towards goal. That is a great finish. He has got his second of the afternoon and the fifth for and
Harry Desnoy has taken the mark. Too far out to score. Looking for a lead. He's put it deep into the teeth of goal. Now there's nobody home. I tell you what, I reckon it's gone through. I reckon it's gone through. And it has. And that's a long goal. And that could be a big contender, Smithy, for the Connectel. Yes, that's right, Connectel. Goal of the day.
Hands to Gerard, goes into the forward line, coming out the ball was Robinson, ball gets out the back. Again, ball now to be won at ground level. Winchelsea Fulton pushes the ball along the ground, now kicks it off the ground. I'll tell you what, that's going to run towards goal. That is a great finish. He has got his second of the afternoon and the fifth for and
Harry Desnoy has taken the mark. Too far out to score. Looking for a lead. He's put it deep into the teeth of goal. Now there's nobody home. I tell you what, I reckon it's gone through. I reckon it's gone through. And it has. And that's a long goal. And that could be a big contender, Smithy, for the Connectel. Yes, that's right, Connectel. Goal of the day.
And Gerard goes into the forward line. Coming out the ball was Robinson. Ball gets out the back. Again, ball now to be won at ground level. Winchelsea Fulton pushes the ball along
Yes,
the
welcome
ground.
back.
And at half time, it is Winchelsea 8-12, and they are leading North Geelong on 4 goals, 4 scores from around the grounds. Thompson 3-4-22, Bannockburn 13-6, 84. Anarchy 6-2, 38, only 10 points behind Werribee Central's at 7-6, 48. Geelong West Giants 3-3, 21. Belmont Lions 6-9, 45. Inverleigh 8-6, 54. Only 11 points behind East Geelong at 10-5, 65. Corio 5-3, 33. Trail Bellpost Hill 8-8, 56. So some of those games have turned themselves around. But as I said, Anarchy putting up a pretty good performance out at their home ground for the Past Players Day, Grubble.
Are they?
They are at this stage. They're all down, but only 10 points. That's not bad.
Well, it's not bad of you. Interrupted me lunch, but
Sorry. Tell you what, people, if you have a look at the lunch too, it's a fairly expensive one as well.
Christmas pav and all.
I wasn't missing out in the pav. No way. No way, no.
So it's quarter 3, not too far away. We just learned from the North Geelong bench that Cooper Pascoe's done for the day with concussion, which won't help their cause, and also Big Tommy Davis looks like he's done also with
The 2 ruckman.
yeah, so I think we're back to Gobus, who they brought in this afternoon, but it's going to be Terrell who gets the ball down to Finn Parrish, and they move the ball from the centre of the ground. They go towards their half-forward line. Ball bounces in front of Adams, now over the top, picked up out and cleared away out there by Bowles, got the handball, went back to Finn Parrish, and he delivers the ball back inside their forward 50, and he will be a mark taken there by Parrish, and this is Indy, and he will kick the ball from about 40 metres out in the forward pocket, so he's got a bit of an angle to work with, but has been a notable goal kicker here at Winchelsea for some time.
So to me, that's a free kick. But they allow it these days. Like when I play, you're not allowed to push them out with your arms like that. But they allow it now, so there's not having to go at the umpire now, but it's just the
Now, if you were a defender doing that, what would happen then?
They probably pay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Parrish now from that pocket comes in, kicks a goal. Actually, a shocking kick off the boot. Farrell reads it nicely off the boot, and he will take the mark pretty much in the goal square. Decides to go back pretty close to where.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I heard the explanation there from Pete Riccardi. So he's marked the ball in the points, but came back through the goals and kicked it in. So it's an actual behind. So we'll put it down as a rush behind. So Winchelsea now move to 8 goals, 13 in the third quarter. 4 goals for North Geelong, but this time Charlie Farrell will kick from the goal square and kick in. He's going to come clever inside, which is good. Comes out towards Orr. He's going to have to do some work because the mark was in front was James, and the ball been spoiled over the boundary line, so they've got some work to do. North Geelong here, as I said, 2 ruckmen down. Half a game of football to go, so it's up against them. So young Michael Govis has got a pretty big afternoon ahead of him, I would think.
He's not a real big bloke either.
Yeah, no. So the ball's going to get out the back. Terrell gets the ball, gets the handball over the top, went outside, missed his teammate out there, and James picked up out there, North Geelong, and they win the ball through Elmer. He goes back into the middle of the ground. Again, Mark, both players brought to ground. Umpires allowed things to go on there. And there's going to be a ball up in there about just 20 metres from the middle of the ground. Terrell doing the work, as we said, and Govis also. Terrell back up over the top. Ball comes back to middle of the ground. James through the middle. Outside he goes to Williams. Williams on the left boot into their half-forward line. Again, Mark not taken out there by Farrell. Ball comes to ground, picked up by Reynolds. Handball goes outside from Elmer. Picked up there by Orr. Needs to get rid of it. He's tackled, lifted off the ground, held up. Whichever way you want to look at it. I tell you what, that's not going to last too long, that cake there, Grub, the way you're shoveling it in. Want a bigger spoon.
Read it.
So again, ruck contest, go at it. Terrell out the back, goes to Parrish, got his way through the contest, went out the back, and unfortunately Vaughan read that off the boot, goes towards his teammate there. Desnoy goes towards Bibb, I think it was, that took the mark. Well, did take the mark because the ball went through his hands and over the boundary line. Unlike him, because he's got a good pair of hands. Very nice. Oh, you left me some hedgehog. You're a good man.
I've got to watch this diabetes.
So again, ruck contest. I think Terrell's going to win most of these. Parrish to Parrish, and this time Finn on the left boot drives the ball back into their half forward. Coming out to meet the ball, Farrell. Doesn't quite pick the ball up, but he's going to go back and win possession of it. Or if he doesn't, he might get a free kick.
Yep.
And he was correct, and he's going to do so. And Charlie Farrell from right on centre wing, and here at which is his ground. He comes across the ground to Sammy Reynolds.
I don't know whether you get advantage out of that.
Goes short in towards BJ. Over the top it goes. Goes to Brown. He runs through now and kicks from centre wing. But again, setting himself up nicely was Zach Swinnerson. He's in the position. And again, maybe that jumper clash just a little bit of confusion.
I reckon he thought he kicked it to his teammate then.
Yeah, pretty much. So he comes outside now, and that's a great kick. And a mark has been taken out there by Farrell once again. So Charlie Farrell is just outside his defensive zone. He's been called a player now by the umpire. Kicks into the middle towards the centre wing, but the mark is taken by Williams, who's going to give the handball off, decided against it. Kicked into their forward line now. Coming up, Adams didn't take the mark. Ball at ground level. Picked up out there. O'Brien got the handball out. Only to as far. Went to the opposition there. Picked up this time by Zach Swinnerson. To O'Brien, to Desnoy. Tries to fend off. Got the handball outside to Swinnerson. Runs through the contest. Handballs over to O'Brien. Now on the left boot, Riccardi delivers the ball to true centre wing. Mark not taking the game. Ball gets out the back. Huff goes to Brown. Brown goes further back in the hands of Gemmell. Gemmell goes across the ground. Teammate is looking for his Carver. Runs onto the ball. Picks it up. Takes one bounce. Takes two. Kicks over the top. Kick had to be good and was nice and clean. They run the ball now into their forward line. Kick into Primer. Maybe just a little bit too much height on it. Gets to the ground. Picked up by Reynolds of North Geelong. He delivers the ball back outside 50. And the ball will go over the boundary line. No one's been kept in at this stage. Handball comes back inside, and again they try to work through Bolch. He's tackled. Umpire said incorrect disposal. Free kick, North Geelong. 5 minutes in, it's 8:13. Winchelsea, 4-4 to North Geelong.
On the outer side of the ground, and he comes, puts it up towards the wing position. Towards all Winchelsea there. Could be the big fella in the... Actually, what's the umpires? Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. He's blown the whistle about 4 times, and I keep thinking he's going to change the decision. He has changed the decision. He's paid a free kick behind play. Well, there you go. Up they go into attack now. Easy mark dropped by Winchelsea in the forward line. Desnoy picks it up. He's dispossessed. Goes out to Elmer. Elmer gets a handball to the wrong player in James, I think it is. James puts it into the centre, the goal square. Cameron Primer can't take the mark. The ball hits the deck. They all jump on it. Umpire's going to have to say, give it to me. And I don't care what you say. He thought that was his teammate.
Absolutely.
These jumpers are an absolute disgrace of a clash because he thought that was his own man. He had to have. That's the second or third time we've seen it. It's so hard. All in the goal square for Winchelsea. It's a ball up. Up they go. Desnoy actually gets the tap out. There's a free kick again. It's going to go to North Geelong this time, and it might be going to big Aaron Beecroft. He might have to have a run in the ruck himself, Beecroft, as he kicks it over towards Desnoy. Desnoy tried to milk for a 50, but the umpire said, no, not this time. And Desnoy, got up a bit gingerly, just the same. Played a pretty good game, Rory, and a good one last week. Desnoy now, he took a long time before the umpire said play on. Up it comes to the wing position. Elmo fries for it. And Communications takes a spectacular goal in the commentary box. I nearly got that.
Race out, big dive.
There's the hedgehog.
Nearly splattered the pavlova.
I was going to say before, Grubby, do you look at running a Desmond or a Habib in the ruck too?
Maybe. Up they go now. BJ O'Toole didn't have the ball when he was tackled, but the umpire said play on. Comes out towards down to the half-forward flank for North Geelong. Oh, it's a good tackle, but there was no prior opportunity whatsoever. And the umpire will call for a ball up right on the boundary line. Wing to half forward at the North Geelong end of the ground. Umpire comes up now, throws it up. Up they go. Habib now in ruck. Gets the tap out, Habib. puts himself in a good position, butters up and gets a handball, but it's intercepted. Out they come. Goes over to James. James gets a handball. It goes over to Harris. Harris puts it in towards the half. Well, not a great kick, but picked up beautifully. Here they come back to James. He's
Yeah.
James, and it's a shocking kick and a good mark. Eddie O'Brien, I think it might be, in the goal square for North Geelong. The last man standing puts it over to Tommy Swenson. Tommy Swenson, he sees something further up the ground. Now he goes for it. Puts it towards the half back flank to the wing position. Up they go. It's punched away. Mitchell Bibb gets in front, gets a push in the back when he didn't have it. But the umpire said, no, throw it in. Right on the wing position here at Winchelsea footy ground. What do they call it? Eastern Park.
Eastern Reserve.
Eastern Reserve. The boundary umpire will come in. Gee, Mitchell Bibb's given away about 1.5 foot here, and it's easy for Terrell. He puts it down. It goes over there to Williams. Williams got tackled, but the umpire again said he's going to pay a free kick. Was that for holding the ball? Don't know, but it's going to actually go to Cooper Vaughan. Cooper Vaughan on the wing position for North Geelong. Gee, it's crowded up there. There's not many places he can go, so he's just going to have to roost it long. He does just that, puts it into the forward line. Up they go. No one can pick it up again now. The ball's hit the deck. It's grabbed there by, I tell you what, who was that? That was good play by, I think it was Luke Swenson on the left boot. Dribbles it in towards the forward pocket for North Geelong, but the ball will go over the line and out of bounds for yet another throw-in.
So the ball now from that forward pocket, thrown in, ball at ground level. Can't see who has got the ball down there at the present time, but umpire's going to call for back. It was Luke Swenson that had the ball, and it's going to go back. So we're all 25 metres out from goal. He's thrown up again. Ruck contest again. Big tap there from Winchelsea player, and it's been a free kick being awarded. Now who's it going to?
It's a North 3, I think.
Looks like it is. So it's obviously a hold or something off the ball, maybe.
Vaughan, is it?
Yep. Cooper Vaughan's going to be the recipient of it. He has one for the afternoon. Can kick his second here. So Vaughan, as I said, we won't have any trouble with the distance. It'll just being able to work the angle. So Cooper Vaughan just now takes his time.
Gee, they need this.
And some more. So he's going to step in now from about 30 out, kicks that goal, looks okay off the boot. Umpire looks pretty much well straight up over his head, and he has got his second of the afternoon, the fifth now for North Geelong. They are 5-4, 8-13 8-13 for Winchelsea, and we've gone just over 10 minutes. Peanut Foods third quarter.
Gee, they needed that one like a hole there, didn't they? They really, really needed it. And look, you were right, Smithy, and more, because 2 men down, their ruckman's about 1.5 foot shorter than the big fella from Winch and Terrell, and they've really got their backs up against the wall here at North Geelong. And, well, I don't think they can actually go on and win it from here. I might be wrong, but at least they're in there. They're having a crack, and they're not letting Winch get too far in front of them. But they do need the next one or two.
So Ruck, gone.
Up we go in the middle. He'll be able to get the tap, but does get the hands out now. Unable to get the clearance, though. Tackle and holding the ball paid.
Gee, I thought he handballed
He
it.
definitely got a handball to it, but that's all right. Handball for now from Terrell to Parrish. It's going to be Indy Parrish with the click there. Down to Church, just over his head. So Ben O'Brien with hands to ball, unable to get a good handball, and forward we go now. So it's James wrapped up with it and holding the ball paid. Great tackle there by Swenson. So Tom Swenson now with the ball. Had a fair bit of it so far this quarter. Sells a bit of candy there. So comes down the wing and gets a good kick out to Riccardi. It's a Boston Riccardi now right in front of us here. Weighing up his option. This is the tough kick they've been struggling with all day. So Long again down the line. So no real option up there, but ball picked up by Gemmell there for Winch out to Parrish. Another handball forward. And a free kick paid for down the ground. So that'll stay in front of us here. So Gould with the ball in hand now. Waiting for numbers. Hang on.
Well, at least he's having a bit of a laugh.
No one knows what's going on at Eastern Reserve today. All right, so Jordan Gould gets a kick forward to James, goes inbound, turned over there by O'Toole, runs through the pack, gets a handball out, and we've got another whistle. We've got a throw, do we, this time? So a throw by O'Toole, apparently. So Sampy now is the ball, who's had a bit of it today as well. Kicks towards the 50, and coming out there was Gould again. So Gould in front position, gets the handball to Terrell. Terrell with the handball forward. Farrell now in front, but back to James, runs in, and puts it on the boot, and that is an absolute peach of a goal. So one there for Gould, takes us to 9-13 for Winchelsea 67. North Geelong 5 goals, 4-34. We're 13 minutes into the PNR Foods third quarter.
Geez, he did like that like he was a trainer, didn't he? He's got a bit of pace. I think he's played a pretty good game, James. He's very, very silky, and he made that look just so easy. And it's the one North Geelong didn't really want to get. The only way they can get back into this game is to kick a couple of goals in a row. They can't. They just can't afford to have Winchelsea match them goal for goal at the moment when you're really 5 goals down or 5 goals down. So you really have to get a couple on the trot. But young James, good play, son. You looked $1 million there.
So back in the middle once again. Terrell doing the ruck work up against Mitchell Bibb. So again, Ruckerman at it. Again, Terrell up over the top.
What's going on here now? Someone he's played a hold in the man from back there.
So it's going to go to Caleb Brown this time.
Come on, mate. Oh, I hate seeing that. Look, you've got an umpire who's umpired 7 million games in the middle, and he's picked it from 40 metres away. Just let it go.
So Brown plays on now, and he goes long back into their forward line once again. Again, no mark there. Picked up from the ball was Parrish. He goes outside, ends up with his brother Indy. Indy Parrish now goes to the pocket. That's nice use, and the mark has been taken out there by Church.
This looks very dangerous.
Yep.
I want to go back to that. If you see something that someone gets hurt or it's a real bad one, by all means, that's what you're there for. But the little tiggy touchwoods, leave it to the man in charge.
So Church now is going to kick from that pocket. He's got about 30 metres to kick the goal. Comes in. Looks like it's going to go across the face or land in the square. Oh,
Gould
mark out there by Gould, but he just put it down. And it's been forced through there by Benny O'Brien. So Winchelsea now move to 9-14. They lead North Geelong 5 goals 4. We've gone 15 minutes in this PNR Foods third quarter. Charlie Farrell with ball in hand once again will bring it back into play.
From the mighty Routley's almost got a big run, didn't it?
Just about there. It was a fair jump at the ball.
But still a great pie.
So Charlie Farrell plays on from the goal square, takes the bounce and now runs. A little short kick coming up at him. Habib presents nicely. We're just going to keep chipping the ball around, trying to find some options further down the ground. This time he goes looking further afield. Bertucci comes up. Brown was there, though. Desnoy read the ball off the contest, kicks the ball into their half-forward line. Parker with a little bit of strength. Takes his opponent off the ball, but it goes back and wins it again. Kicks round the body. Mark didn't travel far enough. The mark has been taken out there by Houston. Houston now on the left boot, goes back in the middle of the ground. That's a nice kick. Williams in some space all by himself. He doesn't let him down. Takes the mark. Running play going by was, I think it was Houston again. Handballs over the top, went to a bib. They lost control of it now, but it's back with Williams now, and he kicks the ball into their forward line. Mark out there, Primer. Ball comes down. Gould goes in after it. Now there's a free kick being given. It's going to go to that player Gould. High was the indication. So it's going to be Jordan Gould. He's got a kick 40 metres out almost, and pretty much almost directly in front. So 9-14 at this present time. Gould to take that lead a little bit further out. He steps in now and kicks from about 40 metres, kicks at goal. It's going to float across the face again. Now, Primer's marking.
No, it's a point.
It's over the line.
It's a point.
And it's going to be a minor score there. So now 9-15 to Winchelsea. 5-4 North Geelong. PNR Foods third quarter. We have gone almost 17 minutes.
Reynolds now with the ball. Bringing it out this time. Looks this side to Alma. And coming up further, Riccardi. Riccardi able to get the ball out the back. Quick hands to Alma. On to Govis now. Bit of space and a big kick forward. Not a great kick, though. Gone to the 2-on-1 of Habib. Habib not able to get much to it. So Winch with the ball wrapped up quickly and holding the ball paid, actually.
Well, I reckon the coach's box got that one.
So Habib with a kick forward now towards Vaughan. A fantastic mark. just really well weighted kick. Vaughan able to do enough just to step back out of the way of the defender and grab that one. Beautiful mark there.
You got to like this kid, don't you? Every week he puts in, he gets a couple of goals, he gives them an option, and you just got to like him.
Quickly on the ruck battle, Grub. For me, I think it's almost put a Desnoy in there. He's got to be
No. You don't want him getting hurt. Terrell's a pretty big bloke. It's strange. When Terrell was in against Davis, all the tap-outs went to North Geelong, and now he's got the height advantage. I don't know.
He's got a foot on him. So for Vaughan in now from 50, and that's an absolute beautiful kick too. Straight over the goal umpire's head. That's going to take North Geelong to 6 goals, 440. Winchelsea, 9 goals, 15. 69. We are 18 minutes into the P&R Foods third quarter.
Well, he's doing his bit to keep him in the game, Vaughan. He's down in the forward line. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's kicked a couple of goals this quarter, and he's just keeping them within reach. And now, as I said, I know I'm harping on it, and like a broken record, but they must kick a couple of goals in a row. They can't let Winchelsea get one in the meantime. Another couple of goals in a row, and puts them back in the game.
Yeah, might just create that little bit of doubt.
Yeah.
Gavis has gone back in now to do some ruck work against Terrell.
Well, that's what they've got to do. They've got to rotate it and give them short spells in there.
Yep, so the ball now from Terrell brings the ball down, goes to Williams. He handled the ball and brings it to Gavis, but it went to Corey Elmer, who put it into the centre half forward. The mark's been taken by Vaughan once again. So Vaughan quickly goes to a leading Habib, and that was good use of the ball. And he's resting for the time being. Mitch Habib, and now he's got an opportunity, as Grubby said, to kick in another important goal.
The thing with Terrell, what he's got to do is just bludge. They don't need him around the ground to run for a big bloke. He just sits back, takes the knockouts, because whilst he's there, the advantage is so big, they've got to try and give him as much game time in the ruck from now on to home in the ruck himself.
Yeah, like it even put Caleb Brown, he's got massive height on both of them as well.
Yeah, but just coming back, you don't know how fit he is.
Mitch Habib steps in, kicks that
That's
goal,
a beautiful kick, Mitch.
Nice off the boot also. So they have got a couple in a row, and they now have their 7th North Geelong. They are 7 goals 4. They trail Winchelsea on 9-15, and P&R Foods third quarter.
Well, I'll tell you now, they've had quite a few, 5 or 6 blokes out for the game. They've lost 2 during the game. But they ain't going to die wondering, are they? They've still given it everything they got, and they ain't going to die wondering. And it's just great to see, because when you're a good side like that and you're missing so many players, it's easy to say, oh, well, we'll get them back next week, we'll be right. But they're not doing that. They're going having a fair dinkum go, trying to keep themselves in this game. Let's see if they can get another one.
So Terrell and Govis now. Terrell going to call it early, get some great tap forward. Straight into the hands of Alma, though. Alma now out to Swenison. Swenison with the clear and kick. Looks forward to Vaughan, who's been prolific this quarter, but Swenison able to get in front of that one. Gets a quick handball out. Turn now to Cook of Winchelsea. Down towards Farrell, and we've got a free kick here. So it's going to go.
He's holding on to Charlie Farrell's arm.
So the kick was to Bolch, but he did have a hold of Farrell. So Farrell with a free kick now, just on the back side of the square. Needs to find a target here, and this is the man you want with the ball. So he pushes it out this side.
Oh, that's interference.
That is. So pushed it out to Orr, who used body early, and I'm surprised he got a free kick there.
No, that was definitely interference.
No. Okay, I misread that one. So Orr with a big kick forward. Habib down there, the target, gets a quick handball out, and running towards the boundary now, and will be not run over. Habib,
it is run over.
So Habib got the tap out to his own advantage there, but just not quite speedy enough to get it wrapped up.
I'll tell you what else is involved here too. Riccardi's got to be clever where he puts his blokes in the centre. They're going to lose the ruck taps. Let's have somebody where the ball's going to go, or even man on man for a while.
So in we come now. Parker with the ruck work there. Desnoy with a clear. And bang goes Rory Desnoy. That's a beautiful rove, a beautiful clearance. Luke Parker, the unusual ruckman, gets a great tap there, and through it goes for North Geelong. Takes us to 8-4-6-52 to 9-15-69 for Winchelsea. 22 minutes into the P&R Foods third quarter.
Well, there's another player that's lifted his game, and Rory Desnoy. He's going in hard, and that was a beautiful goal. He roved it off the pack, and I'll tell you what, maybe another contender for the Connectel goal of the day.
Yes, they've got this last 3.
Well, that's what I said. They have to get those 3 in a row, and they have, and they've got themselves right back in this game.
So back in the middle we go once again. Govis in there doing the ruck work once again. Again, Terrell was there. Again, well, actually, no. Ruckman got the hand on the ball. Terrell emerges with it. Handballs over the top to Parrish. Parrish goes to Parrish, and that was Finn to Indy. Ball into their half-forward line. Good attack on the ball out there. Alma clean pick up. Goes towards Sammy Reynolds. Goes into the hands of Beecroft. Got the handball back outside, and they work the ball now from the half-back line. They kick long there from Bowles. Goes in forward, but the kick just off the line, and the mark has been taken out there. And reckon this might be Nankervis out there. So Nankervis now to deliver the ball back towards centre wing. Gould's got to be the marking option. He's up in front. Ball comes to ground. Picked up Govis. Tried to work his way through. Was tackled strongly. Umpire in quickly to ball it up on centre wing.
Good. Nearly got a free kick, Gould.
Fabulous Magpies are waking up, Grub.
Yeah.
So again, a ruck contest once more. Centre wing. This time Govis does get the ball down. Goes only as far as his, the interception was from James. He kicked the ball back to the middle of the ground. Handball ends up over the top, ends up in the hands of Zach Swinnerson, though. Puts the ball back towards their centre forward position. Handball goes outside, ends up with O'Toole. Tackles, he's got the handball out. And again, the defensive Nankervis comes out. Goes back outside towards Gould. Went to the ground, though. He's got some little bit of assistance out there from Gemmell. And the ball has been forced over the boundary line. Don't know whether that was deliberate.
Oh, no.
So
You give these blokes diving for the ball some sort of a chance, don't you?
I think so. Lockie Gemmell now plays on and kicks the ball back into their forward line. Farrell up.
Fire!
But there's a shepherd there, or an indication there's been a shepherd.
Oh, no.
And the freak's going to go to Gould.
Did anyone see that?
I didn't see that. I was watching Charlie Farrell cry for the mark.
And so was I.
Think of that. Nah, I won't take a ping at what it could have been.
Well, I think he might have nudged him out.
Sammy Reynolds
Yeah,
was
as
in
I said,
front of
I-
it.
Yeah, but they've been doing that all
Nah.
day. Remember the ones I call the push, and I thought they let them go these days, but
So Jordan Gould has 2 for the afternoon. Can steady things for Winchelsea here. Kick at goal. He's going to go across the face and will be pushed through for a minor score.
so the mark of the day is now not the mark of the day.
No, so it's 9-16 now
Well, guess what?
for Winchelsea.
I'm giving it the mark of the day. I don't care.
North Geelong are on 8 goals for, and we have gone on 25 minutes in this quarter.
Out it goes now out towards Beecroft. Nice kick for Beecroft. Kicks it up towards the wing on the outer side for North Geelong. Over they go. Nobody can pick it up. Went a little bit too long for young Swinnerson. Or maybe old Swinnerson. He's the oldest one. Hello.
We've got an extra player on the pitch.
Hello, we have too. That looks like Jared Bright running out there. It's a beautiful blue heeler. What a lovely dog. Umpire's going to throw it in on the wing position in front of the scoreboard. In it comes now. They go. Nobody can get the tap out. And that's good for North Geelong because they got to try and combat that with no ruckman. And they're doing a pretty good job at it too. Umpire decides he'll pull another one out and give a free kick to Winch. Out on the wing position. Up it comes now. Goes out to Parrish. He's played a pretty good game, Parrish. He's been involved in a fair bit. That puts it over towards the wing position, half forward flank. And another good mark. And they're mucking around with a little bit, Winch. They're not going that direct. Maybe the next one could count. And he comes now, puts it up towards the half forward flank, forward pocket. Up they go. Harris tries to get a mark. That was Indy. No one can come pick up the ball. It's now picked up there by Finn Parrish. Ball comes out to Farrell. Farrell goes over to Henderson. Tommy Swinnerson kicks it off the ground, goes to Mitchell. Over it goes now. Bounce. They need to bounce, but a good football there by Ross. Ross puts it back again, but again, dropped the mark there in defence there, the North Geelong boy, but he's probably going to get a free kick for too high. Just inside the 50, Winchelsea's 50. Can't see who that is, Smithy.
Or
It is too. Or now comes in on the right boot, puts it out towards the wing position. Over they go. No one can pick it up. It's at the back from Parrish. He gets a quick kick to the ball. Tommy Swinnerson's in the van. He gets the ball. Gets tackled. He could be gone here. No, he gets a handball out just in time. Umpires come in. What have they done?
The ball.
They paid holding the ball.
Went to fend off and
Yeah, but I thought he got a handball. Now it comes now. Church, is it? Puts it up towards the full forward position. They need a big fly. The big fly is by Farrell, though. Gets a punch away. And they come around the boundary line. This could be a miracle goal. That's an unbelievable goal from around the boundary from Winchelsea.
Patch.
And it was who?
Adams.
Patch Adams. Well, he's kicked a couple now, and oh boy, that was a pretty good goal. They were caught napping at the foot of the ball there, and they'll now move on to 9-16-70, and they lead North Geelong 8-4-52. And we're looking at the
P&R
Foods scoreboard.
Unfortunately, there North Geelong overcommitted that pack a bit. Both Swenison and Farrell both went up, which left Adams down by himself.
Gee, there's a couple of free kicks along the way that I'm honestly not quite sure.
Look, if you were to throw a dart at the board, a few of them wouldn't have hit, that's for sure.
But anyway, back in the middle, up they go. The big fella in the ruck, Brown's in the ruck now. He gets it out, but it goes out to Alma. Alma gets a funny little kick, but it's beautifully sharked there. I don't know, that might have been Sampy over to Parrish. It's a big, long handball, further than I can kick the ball, but it's intercepted now by North Geelong. Out it comes. O'Toole gets the ball back, but there's nobody home in the centre of the ground now. It's Parrish goes over towards, that could be Carver. Carver now roosts it right into the forward line. Nobody can take the mark. Tommy Swenison this time gets a handball. And it's intercepted. Absolutely magnificent by Williams. And Williams runs in and kicks a goal. A little bit of bad luck, but fantastic football from Williams. And they now go on to 11-16, 82. And they lead North Geelong. Well, they're only about 6 goals. And they just the scoreboard went off. 8-4-52. That scoreboard takes too long. There it is, 8-4-52, Smithy.
That's it. You're on the money there, Grub.
Yeah. What a difference, 3 minutes, mate. Bang, bang, and see you later.
Yeah, no, they've done all the hard work, North Geelong. There's a couple of goals there. Would have been nice to go in at where they were at three-quarter time, give themselves a bit of time to recover. But now they've got some more work to do. They don't want to see Winchelsea get the next goal. Otherwise, all their hard work will come undone very quickly. So umpire now to throw the ball up in the middle of the ground. Habib's in there. Maybe got that ball down. Now there's a free kick being paid. I'm not too sure who it's going to.
What's that for?
It's going to be Winchelsea that's going to bring the ball away, and that's going to be through Ibista. And he now kicks the ball. He goes long into their forward line towards Gould. Mark not taking it there. Reynolds did nicely. Ball is picked up, and the ball goes quickly back towards the pocket. Primer runs there. And I think it has gone out of bounds on the full. Yes, it has. And it's going to be a free kick going to North Geelong, is it? Benny O'Brien will be the recipient. All right, it is a throw-in. I thought it was out in the full. So it's going to be a throw-in now beside the behind post here. Ball thrown back in. Ruckman go at it. Ball tapped back to the front of the contest. Running through, picking the ball up as Orr. He's going to walk it through. Umpire said that is okay. He might have been stretching a little bit there, but Winchelsea now to 11-17. And Orr will do the kicking in for the North Geelong side. So from back, he wasn't too sure which way he was going to come, but he comes back club room side of the ground, kicks long out towards centre wing, out towards Penny, up was Brown, and he
beautiful mark.
Chance. So
maybe that might get the Routley's pile award. They're not going to allow the other one.
So Brown now. It's called a play on now by the umpire, delivers the ball. He goes long back into their forward line. Primer's out in front. Mark, ball gets to the ground, picked up Finn Parrish, looks at goal. I'm not too sure why he went that way, but
that's right.
I reckon that kick was harder than shooting for goal. But he went across, he's found Williams in the pocket, and he will go back. He kicked the last, he can add 2 to his name in the last couple of minutes. Seemed a strange option to be there.
Been popping up a lot, Williams. There's our funny siren.
Yeah.
It's been popping up a lot this quarter, Williams.
So Williams now to finish the quarter with a goal, comes in, and he likes it. Umpire does not move, has his second. And the 12th now for Winchelsea. They're 12-17, 89, 8-4-52 to North Geelong at three-quarter time. Goal kickers, and we've got 2 each to Williams and Gould, 1 each to Indy, Cassidy Parrish, James, Primer, Finn Parrish, Huff and Adams. And for the North Geelong side, 3 to Cooper Vaughan, 2 to Luke Parker, 1 each to Habib, Bowles and Desnoy. Take a short break. Come back. We'll get scores from around the grounds, and Grubby will give you some indication in whether thinks that North Geelong can get themselves up from this position. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Margin has drifted out just a little bit, but it's Winchelsea 12-17, 89 to 8, 4-52. And from around the grounds, we're just trying to get some scores up here at the present time. Thompson 9-6-60. They trail Bannockburn 19-6, 120. Anarchy 9-6-60. Werribee 9-9-63.
Told you, didn't I?
Yeah, Winchelsea, as we've just given that score. Geelong West 4-5-29. They trail Belmont Lions 11-12-78. So again, a 50-point margin there. Inverleigh 8-10-58. East Geelong 12-9-81. And Corio 9-4-58. Bellpost Hill 12-13-85. So some of those games, I thought the margins might have stretched a little bit further than that, but they've been able to hang in there. And some of those results, as I said, a little bit surprising.
Well, they are. They are. But I said to you before the game, Anarchy always play well against Werribee at Anarchy, and they're certainly living up to that. But back to this game here, gee, I tell you what, they fought their guts out, North Geelong. They've got 5 players out. They've got 2 players go down. Both ruckmen go out, and they fight and fight and fight. But Winchelsea showed some class. They do really showed some class. North kicked 3 in a row, and you thought, gee, they're back in this. Then all of a sudden, Winch went bang, 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 and got that lead back. Look, the play, Winchelsea really impressed me. But North Geelong, they've impressed me with their fight and their spirit. I don't know. Well, there's no way I don't think North Geelong, with all their players, that can get back in this contest now. But you're going to be assured that they will do everything they can. The Parish boys, they're playing well. I think the Parish boys might have it just over the Swenderson boys. 3 against 3 might go the way of the Parish boys here. But look, Terrell has to be put in the better players now because he's been in the ruck without a genuine ruckman against him. And I don't know. I just think North Geelong will have to put this one. What they've got to do is get some players back for the next few weeks. That's what the big worry here is, not losing this one, but for the next few weeks to see if they can get a few back, because all of a sudden they've gone from one of the best sides in the league to missing a lot of players.
Yeah, the injuries aren't helping ours this group. You just can't cover that many.
No. Well, no, I don't think any club can.
No.
And it's all their good players as well. Gee, I'd love to see Jasper George come back. He's a wonderful player. But look, I suppose I'm talking a little bit too much here about that situation, but, Winchelsea have been very, very good. I said, as well as the Cassidy brothers. Gould has been very, very dangerous up there. Grim has been well held.
Yes.
Been very, very well held. But a lot of them, I tell you what, I like the game of Reuben James. He looks a good player to me, Reuben James. And we saw him against Bellpost Hill, and he wasn't that good that day, but by crikey, he's good today. Brown's good to get back. A couple of the blokes that you've never heard of, Hewson, Bolch, Isbister, they're all putting their little 2 bobs worth in to make it a really good team game. Down back, Ross and Cook have been good back down there. And I tell you what, they're going to give Werribee a huge shake next week. We spoke to Daniel Grisky before today's game and said, if you can win the next 2, you're genuine premiership contenders. Well, guess what? They're going to win this one. They give a good showing next week, and they may be genuine premiership contenders.
It's interesting, as I said, Tyler. We got 17 more scoring shots, and as I said, if that could convert another way, I know that I've got about 7 rush behinds here, but still an extra 10 scoring shots a goal. If that could change, like if that was 17-12, we'd be saying, well, they're really, really playing good football. But at 12-17, just gives you that little bit of doubt about whether they can finish off their work. They haven't been able to do it today.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about wet conditions either.
No, but I must admit, out of that 7, there's probably 4 or 5 rushed.
Yeah, well, I got 8, or I think 2, 4, 7 rushed.
There's 7 rushed. So you take that off and it's 10.
Yeah,
10 misses. So that's not so bad.
Yeah,
My biggest concern for North is, yes, it leads into the injuries, but it's something they need to work around is, I've said it a few times, that defensive 50 to the middle of the ground is really hurting. They're really struggling to get through, whether they need to open their zone up, make room for the leads, because they just don't have the big man to kick it to.
Yeah, but I think with the better players back in, that will change because we've seen them before.
As long as they get them back.
Yeah, as long as they get them back, yeah.
Yeah, those fresh legs, just to be able to rotate through, that makes a difference. But anyway, we're going to find out if they can sustain their efforts and make another charge at Winchelsea, or Winchelsea will just take over and finish the game full of running in front of their big crowd here this afternoon. So
it is a big crowd
back
too.
In the middle of the ground. Govis is in there again. Terrell brings the ball down, went towards Parrish. That was Indy. out towards Finn. Parrish, he doesn't pick the ball up, goes to the half back line. Walsh is there. He's tackled, brought to ground. Umpire will come in and ball it up. So they've moved it towards the back end of the square. Again, Terrell up over the top at ground level. It's not going to come out of there quickly. Umpire's in quickly this time. That's a good decision. So we'll have another ball up, which will take place. Similar position. Thrown up quickly again. Again, Terrell up over the top. Went out towards Williams. He was tackled. So we're going to have that repeat of that again. Third time lucky, they say. Hopefully we can get a clearance out of it this time. Umpire's thrown the ball up once again. Both rucking a little bit of a hand on the ball. Picked up by Swennerson. His kick was smothered, but again, this time the ball has come out of the contest. Picked up out there by Vaughan. Goes with a running player outside and bowls. Can he pick the ball up? Yes, he can. Got the handball back inside. Put his teammate under a fair bit of pressure. And no prior opportunity there. Umpire will come in. And he'll have another ball up on the far side of the ground. So the ruckman going at it. There's Terrell out there. And I can see Gover still. He's moving his way across there. Again, over the top. Went to Parrish. And umpire said there's a decision being given. Maybe a hold, was it? So maybe he tackled him a little bit earlier before getting into the ball. So Parrish now plays on, goes long towards their half forward line, but standing in the road is going to be that man again in Charlie Farrell. Transfers the play across the ground. Nice kick to Luke Swennerson. So they've manoeuvred the ball across the ground. Their kicks have been okay. All that made Beecroft reach to his bootlaces. Umpire said the play on. I'm not too sure why, but goes back to Swennerson once again. Left boot round the boundary line, goes looking for O'Toole. Another nicely weighted kick. He plays on, steps back inside, looks to kick the ball into their half forward line.
Good kick.
Good work, and the mark's been taken out there by Habib. Player further down the field, they're going to use him, and that's going to be Bertucci, I think it is. It's maneuvered his way into the half forward line. And he can go back and look at goal. That's what he looks like he's going to do.
Not an easy kick.
No.
He'd want to put it through because he burnt Cooper Vaughan in the goal square too.
So Bertucci now will kick the ball. As I said, he'll need to kick this every bit of 50 metres here. Steps out, runs out, plays on. Now, the distance won't be any problem whatsoever, but the accuracy is, and it's gone out of bounds on the full. So not a good kick in the end. Jordan Huff just waiting for the ball to come back in. And he has it now, so play will about to restart once again. Players just only going to come one side of the ground, so we've got quite a number of players in that area. Legs go up.
That's a good
pair of
mark.
hands there. Jordan Gould read that nicely. Clean pair of hands. So he can take his time now. As I said, there's no rush. Winchelsea to move the ball down the field at this stage, so he decides to go back. He goes back to Huff. This time about 30 metres out from goal. Little short kick further afield will be okay. Mark will be taken out there. So Walsh now transfers the play back into the middle of the ground. Kick again, nicely weighted. Mark taken out there by Adams on the left boot. He runs now and delivers the ball across the ground. Kick will have to be nicely weighted and was. The mark has been taken out there by Carver, and he wants to go quickly into the half forward line. Parrish is there. Decides to play on. Actually, it might be Williams, I think it is. He's taken the mark. Kicks at goal across the face and through for a minor score.
And
so
he's
it is
gone
now 12-18 to the Winchelsea side. 8 goals for North Geelong. 4 minutes gone. Final quarter. Morris final quarter scoreboard.
Sorry, Dale. Penny went for a big fist over the far side to block that one and just landed on the ankle a bit, I think.
Yeah, looked an ankle to me.
So Reynolds with a kick out now, out this close side towards Bertucci. So Bertucci down the line again towards Desnoy. Desnoy, good jump, but well rove there by Riccardi. So this is going to send him forward. Luke Parker, the first man out, going to get a turn. BJ O'Toole with a good shepherd. Well done. Hands over to Vaughan, who walks into an open goal square. Beautiful play there by North Geelong. Takes him to 9 goals, 458. Winchelsea 12, 17, 89. We're 4 minutes into the Morris Finance final quarters.
Yeah, good to see. Really good football fight for the half-back line over the top. couple of good players involved with that, good kicks. And I tell you what, that might be the only contender for the Kempy Engineering Read the Play of the day. It was beautiful football.
Yeah, no, that was good work. The way they manoeuvred the ball down.
And that's what you want to see. You might be 4 or 5 goals down, but you still play that footy. You play the same footy. That's what North did that time.
Back in the middle now, we'll have Habib and Terrell. They're still jumping. Habib gets a touch there, actually. Down to Swenson. Swenson unable to pick it up cleanly, but gets it knocked forward towards Penny. Penny with a handball out over the top. Habib with a soft touch, but no to avail. So Abista there with a clearance and a big kick there by Cook goes forward towards Trimmer. Unable to get the hands to it, but O'Brien now picks it up and clears that ball out. We've got a whistle. So it's going to be a free kick for Parrish, right on the 50 line. Any idea?
No, I was watching the ball come out, so I couldn't tell you.
Must have been a hold or a block there.
We indicated the Shepherd there, but
Yeah, okay. So free kick there against Swenson. And going to be Finn Parrish here. Lining up is going to take every bit he's got. Be just outside 50, I'd say. So in he comes now. So boot the ball didn't drop very well, but it's actually gone beautifully straight over the umpire's hat, that one. They're going to take Winchelsea now to 13-17-95. North Geelong, 9 goals, 458. 6.5 minutes into the Morris Finance final quarter.
We're going back to the old thing, haven't we? North Geelong kick a beautiful goal, and Winchelsea just answers straight away. Free kick, I got no idea. But admittedly, it was, I think it must have been behind the play, was it?
yeah, well, the ball was coming out from deeper in the thing, I thought. So
It's usually things like that in the scope of vision. The ball wasn't that far away, but I don't know. I don't know what it was for, but I'll tell you what, Winchelsea enjoyed it because they got a goal out of it. Back in the middle now. Steve Keaton throws the ball up. Up goes a bib. He almost gets the touchdown again. He's given it his all in there. Comes out towards Cook. Cook gets the ball down towards the full forward position or centre half forward. But stepping in there is, who's that?
Charlie Farrell.
That was Charlie Farrell again. He looked big at that time. His glasses are playing up, I reckon, but it was a lovely kick over to Mitch Habib. Mitch Habib goes short to Lukey Swenson. He's on the half-back flank now for North Geelong. He's going to probably put up to the wing. He's gone short. It's a good kick to his brother, Zach, and they're going to pay the mark. I'm not quite sure that he did mark it, but it looked like he paid a free kick, actually. Yeah, which I didn't see that either. But anyway, Zach Swenson has the footy for North Geelong. He puts it up towards the centre half forward position. Geez, there's not many blokes there. And then it comes out towards Church. He puts it over towards Finn Parrish. Parrish goes over towards the little fella. Geez, that Vista, no. Church, maybe. I don't know. A long way away from me.
Nankervis, I think.
And it was Nankervis, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too sure now.
Comes across now over towards Caleb Brown. Brown puts it up towards the wing position. Parrish is on his own here almost. That takes the ball, takes the mark. He pushes it over, a little nice little handball to his Vista. That's his Vista. Puts it up towards the forward pocket position for North Geelong, for Winchelsea. A bit of a push, call play on. No one keeps it going now. It's the other Parrish now. And that's Indy. Indy puts it in towards the full forward position. Nobody can take the mark, although somebody almost did. That handball comes out of the pack back to Parrish again. He runs in and picks it up. He gets caught. He gets grabbed. I didn't see any prior opportunity, and the umpire didn't either. And he'll ball it up with a good decision. 40-odd metres out from Winchelsea's goal. Up they go now. The bib this time gets a little bit out muscled by Gould. Comes out from North Geelong out towards the wing position. Riccardi couldn't quite take the mark. He got jumped on by about 5 blokes. It comes out now there towards Nankervis. Nankervis puts it over towards Walsh, I think it was. Picked up by Brown again. Puts it in towards the centre half or full forward position. It's rolling towards the goals, and it looks like it's punched through. No, it's come back out now. Almost a goal, not punched through this time. I think it's a goal. I reckon it's gone through, and it has.
Goal, Huff as well.
It was Huff, was it?
Adams.
I thought it was Adams. I was going to say, Adams, you'd be quiet, will you? I thought it was Adams because it wasn't quite as big as Huff, but in the end, I thought it had been pushed through through the points, but unfortunately for North Geelong, it hadn't. And a lovely goal. That puts Winchelsea now on a 14-18, 102. And it's becoming a bit of a demolition of an undermanned North Geelong side to a 9-4-58.
Yep, third replay. You're right.
Oh.
I watched it 3 times. I thought it was 26, but you're right.
Oh,
28.
no, he's too small. I don't think Huff's that quick, actually.
Yeah, I don't think he used left foot that often either. So back in the middle we go. Brown wins the ruck contest, goes to Finn Parrish, went to Wendy Parrish, and he runs through the middle now, kicks the ball long into their forward pocket area that will run towards the boundary line. O'Brien leads in the race for the ball. He's going to be content enough to see that one over the boundary line. He's just starting to stretch that margin now. So ball in the forward pocket area. It's going to be one of the hardest days, I think. We've had some hard ones to pick best players.
I'm not doing it. Not picking them.
This will be even harder, I think. So the ball from that ruck contest goes back towards the goal square. It's at ground level. Now, again, can't see. There's a lot of players around the contest, but it's been held up, both sides with numbers around the contest. And umpire will ask for it to be balled up.
There's only one thing harder than picking votes today. That's listening to yours, Smithy. Because they'll be disgraceful.
I was going to say picking players out there.
So the ball now goes from that ruck contest. Ball comes out. It's going to be forced through. Well, it's actually, yes, it was forced through for another minor score. So that now moves Winchelsea to 14-19, and it's 9-4 North Geelong. 11 and a half minutes gone. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard.
He's 33 shots to 13.
Yeah, massive. But you probably don't expect anything else with this with the number of players out at the start of the day.
Exactly.
So Farrell with the kick out now. It's going to come this side again. Swenson looks to target. But not over the back of both Swenson and Riccardi. It's a Winch now. Gets the handball off to Walsh, who gets a kick forward, but straight over the boundary line. So your North Geelong free kick here. Riccardi looks to be taking that as well. Might have went in the fire pit, the ball up there.
I'll tell you what, you feel that fire when you walk past there at half time.
Yeah, she's a ripper.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
and smelt beautifully too.
That magnificent, a bit of heat in there.
Out in the country.
All right, so we have a ball back on the ground. Riccardi with the ball now, looking for his next option down the ground. Where's he going to go? So long down the line, Habib's going to be the target. Body early, but a great intercept mark taken there by Caleb Brown. Has been very good today. Gets a quick kick forward towards Walsh. Continues to run on and gets a kick out wider to the hands of Carver. So Carver at that far side. Turns on the legs, gets a quick handball out even further. So we're right on that far wing now. Kick inbound and just dropped just in front of the 50 there. Going to be a group on ball now. So we've got a tackle and we'll have a ball up right on the 50-metre line.
Still only 4 points of difference out of Anarchy. Thompson getting well beat. Giants well behind. Inverleigh well behind. And Corio well behind.
So, ball up again now. Swenson rucking for North Geelong there. Wrapped up is the Winch player by Desnoy. So we'll have another ball up right on the 50-metre line here. Up goes the interim ruckman of Govis. Tap forward by Winch. Swenson unable. No, it wasn't Swenson. It was Church of Winch unable to pick it up. Calling the wrong team. See how hard it is.
Mate. It's colours and everything today.
All right, up she goes again. Davis with a tap out forward, but quickly wrapped up. Got a whistle here and a free kick paid. So it's going to be a North Geelong ball for Tommy Swenson. He's going to come this side again. Riccardi, the target. And well intercepted there by Walsh. So Walsh with the speed hit the pack and was able to get the good jump at that one. It's gone inbound towards Finn Parrish. Cut off there by North, but tapped out to Gemmell. Gemmell with the hands out wide to Cook. Cook now with the next handball up. Not a good one. Swenson turned that over, able to grab it, but we do have a whistle blown. And it's going to be a ball up. So Swenson able to get through that quickly, and we'll have a ball up now. About 30 metres around from the 50-yard, or from the 50-metre mark. Up with the 50-yard line, that's right, up we go. So clearing kick by Swenson puts us in the middle of the ground. Parker, first one there, just sort of tripped over Cooper
Oh,
Vaughan. But
good
Cooper
work.
Vaughan out the back gets his handball to
Oh,
straight to
wrong
the
bloke
outlet tag,
again.
Yeah,
and that's a high tackle. Yeah, and being paid. So
You think he thought that was his teammate
100%.
again?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
No
So do
doubt.
I.
So Vaughan now with the kick far side heads towards Henderson. Pretty much centre wing on far side. So looking for a target forward. And Bowes now with a big run through, gets that handball. Handballs it over to Parker, who's wrapped up pretty quick. Shrugs it off actually, gets a kick forward to Bertucci over the back, and it's going to go into the hands of the Winch player. So Winch able to get that now. And Parrish handball out to the big kick out now. So Williams is going to try and run onto that. Cleaned up there by Alma, but able to get back up and get a second hand on it. Wrapped up and holding the ball is being paid there too.
Yep, just failed to make contact with the boot.
So Swenison now runs around from just outside 50, throws that one on the boot, looking for home.
Tell you what,
And it's,
I think he's kicked it. I think he's kicked it.
can't be a goal.
Yes, it can.
Yes, it
Can
can.
be a goal.
I reckon he kicked it all right.
Guilty. So beautiful kick there from Swenison. Takes him to 10-4-64 to Winchelsea 14-9-103. We're 16 minutes into the Morris Finance final quarter.
I tell you what, that's another contender for the Connectel goal of the day. That's a little beauty. And he tried to get him going like this. But the goal umpire was too smart.
All had the carry on it. That was the factor that got him over the line there. He has always been a nice kicker of footy, Tommy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I don't know about that call because hit the front of the post.
What?
The ball.
So the
No,
ball now
geez.
thrown back in. It goes. Terrell gets the ball down to Indy Parish, and he emerges from the middle of the ground. Goes out wide to the half forward line. Ball gets out the back. Carver runs onto it. It's got tackled there by Beecroft. Handballs back inside. Had his teammate there in support, but Beecroft wins the ball back. Goes quickly to Swenison. Tries to put boot to ball. Is able to do so. It's either a sling tackle or it's out of bounds on the full. The latter looks like it's going to be the factor. And the free kick will go to Abista, and Abista now kicks the ball, smothered off the boot, didn't travel that far, picked up there by teammate in Cook, but he's dropped the ball, and a free kick is going to go to Orr of North Geelong. But Orr, no, he's not getting the free kick. Probably Bowles, it's down there now. So he delivers the ball and he goes towards the centre wing. Govis is there. Huff, nice mark up over the top, takes clean hands and uses it pretty well. So Jordan Huff with the ball. He's going to go straight back to really to where the ball came from now and kicks straight down the line. Terrell come up with the ball, didn't even get a hand on the ball this time. It comes through to Beecroft, got the handball running away towards Des Noy, picks it up. That was a nice clean pick up. Little kick forward once again, but Huff in the right spot once again. Can go across the ground he wants to, use his teammate in Nankervis. That's what he does. So a little bit of space now. Ball's calling for the ball just over the top of where he's kicking from.
Gimmel's calling from out here too.
Yeah, so decides to go a little bit longer. Going this time, Brown is up in front, but gets out through his hands, out the back. Gemmell runs onto it, doesn't pick the ball up. Did so this time, got through the contest. Good work. They went up in the hands of Parrish, goes further afield, and the hands of Church now goes long into the pocket. Mark not taken. Yes, it will be. Primmer has done very nicely on that contest. One of the only times he's been able to outmaneuver O'Brien, and he can go back and kick for goal. So on the side that's kicked 14, he only has one at this stage of the day. And can look at his second here. So Primmer now. Again.
Well, you'd practice these at trainer, wouldn't you, from the boundary line?
Well, this will be the first one they have when they come out of the club rooms, I reckon. Grub, go to the goal square and kick from that area, and they're running their laps. So,
and that end too, of course.
Yep. So we'd be doing this a number of times each week. Comes in now from that position. Kicks that goal. Umpire has not even moved. He likes it. He gets his second of the afternoon, the 15th now for the Winchelsea. They're 15-19. They lead North Geelong on 10-5. On 19 minutes gone, Morris Finance final quarter.
I think you've run out of gas, North. I think with down 2 rotations, and a couple of those blokes were chasing down there. They were chasing their hardest, but they just weren't making any ground. And in the end, a nice kick to Primmer. And Primmer, as we said, kicked a goal that he probably kicked 400 of them at training. And, geez, 15-19 to 10-4. It's turned out to be a flogging in the finish. But, gee, I tell you what, they've had a bit of bad luck, the Maggies. I just hope, as I said before, blokes like Big Tommy Davis can come back. I don't know how bad the injury is, but hopefully, and Davis as well.
Up we go now. Habib with a tap towards Desnoy, unable to pick it up, gets in there, second chance, third chance now, gets a handball out to Swenson, not quite cleanly picked up. Clearing kick there by Parrish, kicking in danger paid. Don't see those ones very often, but we'll have a free kick here for Swenson out of the middle. So Tom Swenson, bit of candy, comes back this side now towards Desnoy. Just over the back, not well weighted that one. So Gemmell with the kick here. So long and down the line, Parrish to target or Terrell in front, but Parrish at the back will take that one nice and cleanly. So Indy now, next kick forward. Beautiful kick forward and a beautiful mark
That's a
taken
mark.
by Primer. Fantastic mark. Just sort of fell over the back of the pack and Primer was there, two hands open. And loosen the chain a bit now, 2 in a row for Primer.
Well, this is much, much easier. He couldn't miss it at all, could he, Smithy?
Oh, well, you wouldn't think so, Grant. You don't want to put the mods on him, I know, but you would think this. The last one was bread and butter. This one should be just
You couldn't miss, just like that barber of yours didn't miss much there either. Look.
This would be the second goal at training, wouldn't
We'll
it?
get him for you.
In he comes now, Primer, kicking from about 40 metres, puts it on the boot and has put that one straight through the guts. Takes Winchelsea to 16, 19, 115, North Geelong 10-4, 64. We're 22 minutes into the Morris Finance final quarter.
I don't know what they do now. They just say, oh, well, we can't win and we settle down and hope we don't get too many injuries for next week, or do you keep on going? No one knows how long they'll keep on going. But, you know, Trimmer's been beautifully held all day. But when the ball, at the end of the day, the ball keeps coming in and in and in, even better and better because the pressure up the ground is a little bit less. You're 2 rotations down, you're tired, and it's made it a little bit easier for him. But it's still a great game by Benny O'Brien to hold him to that.
Yep. Yeah, no, he's done a pretty good job. So Mitchell Bibbs back in the ruck now. Tyrrell up over the top, brings the ball out. And again, it's the Parrish boys that work the ball through there. Williams went to Finn Parrish, kicks back towards goal. Long kick to the goal square. Ball will be forced through for a minor score. So 16-20 they are now. So that's some 36 scoring shots to 14. They have a handy margin. Ball from O'Brien, plays on, kicks out long, goes towards centre wing. Mark not taken out there. Comes to ground, leading the race of the ball was Cook. He's picked the ball up. It works. It was actually Desnoy that got the ball back outside to a running player. His kick was smothered off the boot and it's gone over the boundary line and we'll have a throw in. So Winch continue to put the pressure on and they are working pretty nicely as a group. Winchelsea today must have been the same last week. Again, the throw in from centre wing. This time Mitchell Bibb may have got the ball out, but ends up with Parrish. He goes out the back, went back into Williams. Williams got the handball out further afield. The mark has been taken out there by Church, and he now plays on, kicks long into their forward line again. Mark required, gets out the back, or doesn't get out the back, comes to the front, picked up by Primer. He lost it. And I'm not too sure what happened there. Gemmell had his head over the contest. Brian over the top of him. Gemmell goes back and collects it again. Rushed his kick then a little bit and missed the target by a long way went out of bounds on the full.
He'd like that one again, Dale.
Yeah, he would. Knowing he had a little bit more time, he probably could have steadied himself up in the right boot. And from the back pocket, he could have kicked the goal. He's been not a bad player for them out there this afternoon. So ball now. Swenson from that back pocket, kicks along the boundary line, goes towards Desnoy. He's being held. Umpire's seen it that way as well. And he wins a free kick.
And 50, was it? No?
So now Desnoy from that half back line decides to kick long and get the ball out of the area. Half looks like he's going to set himself. Numbers there with Winchelsea. Habib tapped the ball over the back. Went to Govis. Goes back towards or out the back door is Riccardi. Inside, he's got a short. Desnoy put him under pressure. Good mark there from Parrish. I've seen him play a lot during his time, but I reckon this is one of the better games I've seen him play. He kicks over the top. Mark will be taken out there by Walsh. Walsh now plays on now and delivers the ball. So he's going to kick to where it's dangerous. Coming up, Primer once again out in front. And he's going to have a chance now to go back and look at his third for the quarter and fourth for the game. So he's got a kick of about 35, if that.
Put it in the book.
Put in the book.
Put it in the book.
Righto. Cameron Primmer, Grubby said you're in the book for your 4th goal this afternoon. And he's got a pretty good look from where we sit right here, right behind the flight of the ball. Comes in, kicks that goal. Looked good off the boot. It's drifted a little. Has it held its line?
Let's held its line. Put it in the
And
book.
that's his 4th of the afternoon. The 17th now for Winchelsea. There's 17 goals, 20. They lead North Geelong on 10 goals for Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard.
Well, it's just about buggered me. I almost had Benny O'Brien in for a vote, the job he'd done on Primer, but he's going to finish with 4, maybe more. Unbelievable. They're just smashing it in there and they're giving them no chance now. And Primer well held for all day, except for the last. He kicked 1 for the day, and in the last 10 minutes, he's kicked another 3, which is a bit of a blight. Poor old Benny O'Brien's done a great job.
As you said, weighted numbers, bro. It's just going to take its toll.
Yes.
For 3/4 time, but he's been effort.
Yeah.
Great effort.
So a bit up there now, tap down, but towards Williams. Williams with a clearing kick forward. Good kick, good mark taken, not paid out there for Adams. So hands now to Charlie Farrell. Gets the kick there towards Desnoy. Not a clean mark taken, but keeps the head over the ball. Gets on the boot, does Desnoy. Gets it forward. Past Luke Parker, though, and kicked out now from Walsh. Walsh forward. Mark taken in the middle by Terrell. Gets a quick hands to Finn Parrish. We've seen a bit of this today through the middle. Gets the kick out this side now. And mark taken there by Isbista. So look out for Primer. But goes short to Indy Parish. Good lead out in front. Had the speed the whole time and made that space for himself. So probably I would have thought too far.
Oh, I don't know about that.
But he's lining up.
I reckon he's on the 50.
Yeah, he's a pretty good kick.
I
It is
haven't seen
hard
Cassidy
to-
Parish since half time either.
No, I haven't.
It is hard to see, but I reckon he'll be kicking just outside 50 here. I'd be looking for someone leading out. Here comes Primer, and there's another kick. Made some space for Church, but just went over the back. So Sammy Reynolds with a catch-up mark there. So he's going to go far side towards Cooper Vaughan, who's outsized over that side. So over the back, Sampy's going to lead to that contest. Vaughan under it with the ball in hand, able to shrug a tackle, gets a quick handball out now. North Geelong headed inbound, so in towards O'Toole. O'Toole gets the handball to Riccardi. Handball forward, not picked up by a Winch, but knocked out the back. So Parker over top, nothing clean there. Carver able to get the ball and push it out the far side again. Cut off there with a fist by Henderson towards Vaughan. Vaughan with a handball now, far side back to Henderson, up the line to Desnoy. So Desnoy now far side in front of the scoreboard, looks forward for Parker, hits him, and Parker now about 65 out. Next down the line is Habib. All by himself down in the goal square is Swennerson. In we come this time. Bit slow, bit high, bit long. So Winchelsea able to get numbers back. Williams with the ball in hand. Wrapped up quickly. So
Well, Tommy Swennerson told me before the game he's going to take the mark of the year, the mark of the day for the Routley's pie. He had his chance there, but he wasn't good enough, Tommy. I'll have to have a chat to him after the game.
25 out now. Habib will do ruck for North Geelong and Brown for Winch. So tap down. Swennerson with a crumb there. Gets a quick kick, not to avail. Straight up and down. Punch now by Brown out far side towards Cook. Just taken over the line that far side. So we'll have a ball in. We're about 20 metres around from the North Geelong goal on the scoreboard side. So Brown and Habib for ruck again. In comes the ball. Favoured Habib there. Gets a tap out the back, not to advantage, and instantly wrapped up the Winch player there. So same up again. We'll have Brown and Habib. Habib with a good jump there. Gets tapped down, but was aimed for Swennerson, but his man just got in front of him this time. Got a free kick paid. Looks like it's going Winch way. He's going Winch way. Is that Williams? It is. Impressed me today, Williams, actually.
Yeah, he's been good.
Right, so he's going to go far side. Out towards the scoreboard. Parrish does in front with a jump and then down to Reynolds. Reynolds with a kick forward, but not to avail. Williams in front there. It's going to have a free kick paid for either a push or a hold, but it will go to Williams. So he's going to come this side this time towards Cook. Cook's the first man out here. Going to come down the line. Yes, he does. So wins for the bit of space out this side now. Plays on, does Walsh. Walsh kicks forward towards Vista. Unable to pick it up, but Indy Parish this time's got it just outside 50. Cat and mouse out there. but gets a beautiful kick inside, and that's going to be a free kick, and probably 50 metres, Mr. O'Toole. No, it's not. So mark paid. It's going to be just outside the 50 here this time. Is it Sampi again?
Yep.
It is. So Jack Sampi now. It's been a bit on and off today. But lining up from a similar spot to the last kick we saw here. So just outside 50 again. As he comes in, there's a siren as well. So a good day to be a winch play today. In he comes, pulls this one well wide, extremely wide. It's out on bounds on the full, that one. That doesn't matter today for Winchelsea. Takes them 17-21-2-2. North Geelong, 10 goals, 464. That is full time here at Eastern Reserve. Dale, some goal kickers.
Yes, for the home side, Trimmer ended up with 4, then 2 each to Ryan Williams, Jordan Gould, Finn Parrish, and Sam Adams. 1 each to Indy Parrish, Cassidy Parrish, Ruben James, and Jordan Hupp. And for North Geelong, 4 to Cooper Vaughan, 2 to Luke Park, 1 each to Tommy Swinnison, Mitcha Bibb, Charlie Bowles, and Rory Desnoy. So a comfortable win here this afternoon for the Winchelsea side. Probably could have been a lot easier, bar the kicking for goal, but they've done it pretty nicely. But North Geelong, as we said, lost 2 of their bigger men before half time today, and obviously came to the game from 5 missing from last week's game, probably 6 with a late withdrawals. So we're going to come back shortly. We're going to try and do 3-2-1. I'm not too sure whether that's going to be very successful or not.
Work, is it?
And we are going to get some scores from around the ground. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. has finished here this afternoon. I'll tell you what, they wouldn't want to be playing a night game out there this evening, because I reckon they'd be getting frostbitten by the time it finished. So I can give you some scores from around the grounds. We're not too sure whether these are live or still going, but Bannockburn 26-11, 167 are in front of Thompson, 11-8, 74. The Anarchy and Werribee Central games is interesting because it's 11-10, 76 to Werribee. Anarchy are 11-6, 72, and I think that game may be still going. One game that is final is Geelong West and Belmont. Belmont 17-14, 116 have defeated Geelong West Giants 7-5, 47. East Geelong 13-13, 91 have beaten Inverleigh 9-11, 65. And the other game that hasn't finished, but Belpo still at the moment, 20-15, 135, are leading Corio 10-6, 66. So that game obviously won't be affected. The only game that probably is of interest to see what's happening at the present time is the Anarchy versus Werribee game, and we'll try and get some results of that to you shortly if we can get them before we go off air. Grub, how did you see the game today? And obviously North Geelong, again, injuries coming into the game and losing two important players to them obviously didn't help them. But again, looking forward, it's some of those injuries and the injuries they have got are still a little bit long term, so they may struggle.
Yeah, that's a bit of a worry. As I said during the call, it's you get the injuries today and you're not going to win. But with the logjam up there, it doesn't really matter if you drop a game like this because it's going to be neck and neck all the way. But what does matter is what they've got for next week, the week after, and the week after that. And as I said, Jasper George, we don't know about Jasper George's concussion. He's still getting headaches. He's seen as a specialist during the week. And, Tommy Davis today, the other big fella Davis went down. They need those players back or they could quickly drop out.
Yeah,
So
I think North Geelong, as I said, Grub, I reckon, I know they've got Bannockburn next week, but again, I think they've got a similar run towards Bannockburn. I know they could come out of their easier games right now and then they finish off pretty hard with some hard games. So they could come up against some of the top sides leading into the next 3 or 4 weeks. So that can't be good for them, I wouldn't think. But as I said, their injuries just keep mounting, and unfortunately, it's going to be maybe one of those seasons where that, in the end, may cost them a position not only to play finals, but even give them a chance to get there in the end.
yeah, well, I think they had a reasonable run last year. They had a pretty full side. I think they could almost have their best side in come finals and grand final, which is, it's game over. Werribee Central's 11-10 have defeated Anarchy 11-6 by 4 points.
Well, at least the past players have got to see a good game out there this afternoon.
Well,
So.
yeah, and, not only that, I reckon, as I said, an emotional day out there for Big Dave Wormsley, and I reckon they've had a great day out there. And I say this genuinely, it's a bit of a pity they couldn't get up from. I mean, all right, Central's a 10-0. One's not going to hurt, and it's a pity they didn't get up from, but they must have put in a hell of an effort to get as close as they did.
Yeah.
Back to North Geelong. Yeah, I'm a bit worried for them. I really am. And it's nothing to do with class and everything. It's all to do with their injury list now. And I wish them all the best too, because they are one of the better sides in the comp, providing they can pick their best side.
Yeah, and as I said, you run through their list of names that we've got. And even Blake Miller, he's another one that we haven't.
Yeah, and he won't be back.
No, and there's 3 blokes that are, all well over 6'4", but most of them.
Yeah.
Which you take that out of anyone's side, and it's.
Then you run with Charlie Smith and a couple of those blokes. It's.
Yep.
They're just hurt everywhere.
Yeah. It's not going to be not a good couple of weeks, I wouldn't think, unless they can find. Even Teros, like last week, was one of the better players. He didn't play today. Fazio didn't play from last week. We know Jackson Jules got a couple more weeks now because of suspension. I think it's when things are going bad, they just keep mounting up. So we did get an offer, though, Grab you and I, to go and play in the ruck for North Geelong by one of their coaching staff.
Yeah,
we reckon Tyler might have been the only one that could actually run.
I'll tell you what, at 5'4.5", it won't be me, I can tell you.
Yeah, it's a big ask to get Mitch Bibb and those sort of blokes to do it. But again, you're going to have to find something. And where that is, I'm not too sure. You don't risk blokes like Des Noy, because as I said, you put him in there and he gets hurt, then maybe a Sammy Reynolds might be the go-to.
Well, it wouldn't matter if Sammy got hurt. I'm only joking, Sammy's a lovely bloke. And I tell you what.
You're right. But Beecroft was another bloke that I think he has played a little bit of ruck in there at different times for them. But
yeah, I think today with blokes like Gould, Trimmer and Huff going down there, I just think they probably did need that extra height down there.
Yep.
But, maybe put a Habib down there for a while and give Beecroft a go. They could have done it. And I think had the game been closer, I think Peter Riccardi probably would have. But I think he decided we'll leave it as it is because we're too far down to win now anyway.
Yes. All right, gentlemen. We're going to have a 3-2-1. Who's
Well, I
going to...
tell you what, you know how you give votes
Yep.
every week and I just laugh and shake my head?
Yep.
I'm going to do that to my own votes today.
Righto. Who wants to start? I'll start off.
Go on then.
Oh,
I know who you're going to give 3 to.
I'm going to give who to?
You're going to give 3 to Indy Parish.
I am today.
Yeah.
I reckon today was, as I said, I've seen him play a lot of football. And I know he's kicked a lot of goals during his time, but I think to me now he looks better when he plays that role through the midfield. He's a good user of the ball, like all the parishes. But I thought his game today was one of the best ones I've seen from him. I gave 2 to his brother Finn Parish. Again, he's running through the middle of the ground. I still like the way he carries the ball. He's pretty clean with what he does and doesn't make too many mistakes. And I gave the 1 vote to Charlie Farrell because I thought he was probably North Geelong's one of their better performers all day. He did slow in the last quarter. He didn't have much of an influence, but again, we know the toll on his body that it has taken and might have been a bit. As I said, Benny O'Brien was right up there, but then what's name kicked 3 or 4
Bugging
goals.
him up those last couple.
And Cooper Vaughan was the other bloke from North Geelong.
Yeah,
Played a pretty good game. Look, they had some really workers out there. And I'm not saying like Desnoy, Habib, all those sort of blokes all did their bit, but unfortunately, just the way the numbers with them today, it was just too much for them. So they are my 3, 2, and 1.
I reckon you left out one who I was nearly going to give 1 to.
Yep.
And that was Tommy Swenison. Still got a lot of the football.
Yes, he did. Yep.
He played a very good
Yep.
game, but I can't believe your votes. I really can't. That's terrible votes.
He can give the same 3.
I gave 1 to Charlie Farrell, and it was out of him and Tommy.
Yep.
But I gave 1 to Charlie because I just thought he just battled all day down there against all odds. Don't want to mix this up. I gave 2 votes to Indy Parish, and then I gave 3 votes to, what's the other bloke's name? Finn Parish. So I had them round the other way, and it was that close because they were both fantastic. It was that close. I just thought number 25 I gave it to.
Finn Parish.
I just thought he got the ball 2 more times. I don't know. That was that close. It could have gone either way.
All right. So now time to laugh at me.
Now time for the big comedy act.
The big laugh.
This is going to be a laugh because he got no idea.
I gave 1 to Indy Parish. I gave 2 to Cooper Vaughan. Well defeated. Didn't you just give him one?
No.
Hey, we can send him for 1 vote. Yeah.
So, 2 to Vaughan and 3 to Finn Parish.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then I reckon Finn Parish on the last vote who will win. Be our
Who got
it? Finn Parish.
Who do I go for?
Finn Parish.
Oh, that's all right.
You were on the money then, Grub. So
Now, look, I'll tell you what. We go in there. We'll give it to him.
but he's got to take.
He's got to take his brother.
Yeah,
I think that's fair enough.
and he might have to take the other one as well, just to make it a sweet game. So look, we've got some games next week we've got to look at, and obviously make a decision on where we're going to go to. North Geelong are at home to Bannockburn. Now, I would have said that would have been a game to go and watch, but with the state of the North Geelong injuries, I'm not too sure that game will reach great heights. Inverleigh take on Thompson. The current form, you think we couldn't go there. We haven't seen Belmont. Well, obviously, we're going to have to try and get to see them in the next couple of weeks. They do take on Anarchy, which wouldn't be a bad game. 1 plays 2 next week. I think Werribee take on Winchelsea, and East Geelong are at home to Corio. I don't know whether we consider that, and the Bellpost Hill are at home to the Giants, and I don't know whether we consider that. So, for me, Grub, it's 1 of 2 games. It's Werribee, Winchelsea, or North Geelong and Bannockburn. Well, I think we've seen North Geelong 3 times in a row, and I'm not too sure whether I want to do that just at the present time, or we go and see Belmont Lions versus Anarchy.
North Geelong could be pretty wounded next week too.
What do you think, Tyler?
If my opinion's worth anything, you can't not look past 1 and 2.
Righto. I reckon that's where we go. We're going to see Werribee and Winchelsea next weekend.
I'll go with that. I'm not going to vote because I'm biasness.
Yep. No, as I said,
But-
I would have said North Geelong and Bannockburn wouldn't have been a game to go, wouldn't have been a bad game to see. But current position with North Geelong, I think we're going to be wasted a good opportunity to see Werribee again, and also to see Winchelsea and absolutely get a real feel for where they're at in this current season. So that will be our match day live next week. Werribee Central's taking on Winchelsea up at the
Duck Pond.
Duck Pond. Yeah, what's the name of the ground now?
Simon Oval.
Simon Oval. That's the one, Grub. You got some sponsors there you want to thank?
put his
Already
book
your
away.
book-
Oh, put the book away.
Oh, no.
Sponsors.
We haven't got the. We're not going to get the really
Ah.
real and who we.
Hey,
I'm excited for that too.
oh, I've got it on the right page. Here we go. Thank
That's
you
right.
very, very, very much to Buckley's from the quarter sponsors, Elders, P&R Foods and Morris Finance. The Routley's Pie Mark of the Day, Kempi Engineering, Read the Play, Player of the Day, the Hotham Hotel Player of the Day, the Goal of the Day from Connectel, Beersdorf Tapes and Bandages, Red Onion, thank you very much, Promoted Clothing, Frameline Printing and Framing, Raiders Bingo, Oswide Plumbing and Civil, Athlete's Foot, the Comna Fiend, you can't get much better than the Comna Fiend in the east, over to the Yards in the west, the Sirocco Travel and Cruise. I reckon if we do this right, we'll be going to Namibia at some stage, you and me, Smithy.
The
To the Pulse. I can't say that again. Club Warehouse. And you think I've forgotten
Have you
one, haven't
forgotten one, Grub?
you? No, I haven't this
Oh,
week.
you have.
I haven't this week. Actually, I do have one. I do
Oh,
have
no.
one.
Knew you'd
Hang
forgotten one.
Now, all
Hang
of them.
on, folks.
Just talk amongst yourselves, would you?
He's got it. If you looked at his mountain of bookwork that he does and the amount of time he spends on it each week, he does a magnificent job, Grub. He's a watcher of all sports.
I tell you what, I reckon I nearly need a new book.
Nelly the Melbourne Storm tonight, mate. You're viewing there, are you? Or you...
Are they on tonight, are
I
they?
think so. I think they're playing tonight. I'm not too sure, but we'll find that out.
Oh, they'll
tonight.
get beat.
Ah, that's all right.
Manly will beat them.
Right.
You know what?
We're
I've
in
lost
trouble
it.
here.
Ah, that's all right. We'll save that one for next week. But everyone, as I said, for everyone here this afternoon, we hope you enjoyed the call. It's been a pretty good day, as I said. Whether was it?
Ah,
Oh,
I knew you
righto.
forgot one.
Righto.
I got it.
Here it is.
And who would it be?
Routley.
The century. Routley's established more than 70 years ago. Routley's the leading supplier of baked goods in the Geelong area. In addition to supplying food outlets, we can also offer a bread and cake and delivery service and can provide catering and fundraising options to suit your specific needs. Thanks to the recent acquisition of well-known cake and pie companies, we've been able to extend our range, meaning we are the choice cake shop for the Geelong locals. This is a massive list of charities that they've helped out over the past years. The Good Friday Appeal, Salvation Army, Food Bank, Adopt a Family, Grace McCullough, Australian Red Cross, and many, many, many more. Pies, pasties, sausage rolls, donuts, cakes and slices. At North Geelong, they're open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. at 322 Melbourne Road, North Geelong, and South Geelong, 158 Fine Street. And as we always say, ladies and gentlemen, the big man fly for the East Pie!
And after that, it's a pretty hard way to finish. But we hope you'll join us here again next Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. As I said, we'll be out at Simon Oval in Werribee, and we're looking forward to the clash. As I said, it'll be number 1 Werribee Central's taking on number 2 Winchelsea in that game. So till next week, we hope you have a good week, and we listen to have you all back with us next week. Good on you. Thank you. And you've been listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.